Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood.
Whatever gets you through the night, it's all right, it's all right.
And now, a guy who likes to dine and dash, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome to Nite, folks. It is Wednesday. You know what, Conrad? I'm very proud of myself. We've been doing the show. This is our third year. I've never made a lame hump day joke, and I'm very proud of that.
I kind of forgot even about hump day.
And that's because I'm so good at not making a hump day reference.
Exactly.
You can admit it. Yeah. And I'm not that person that says someone's got a case of the Mondays. I've never said that, like the woman in Office Space. And I've never said, it's hump day, and try to say it like a camel, like some people do, to be funny.
Well, it is hump day, so.
That's what, and you can say it's hump day, but
Yes.
not make a lame joke about it. So I got that going for me
Yeah, I mean, that's great.
on this
It's
hump day.
fantastic.
So, off to a great start. That is the voice of Conrad Krieger, folks. He is diligently working the board. I don't know what kind of catastrophe can happen from time to time, Conrad. You're over there. Seems pretty chill. Got your hoodie on, your new fresh cut. Is that a new haircut?
Yeah?
It is.
Yeah, I got it
I
yesterday.
knew it. Look at that.
Yeah. It was way too long.
$50?
Yeah, around there.
That's insane. I paid $30 in Marinette.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, that's in Marinette, I guess, you know.
My hair looks dynamite. So, no, I'm serious. Like $30, and you drive 50 miles south to Green Bay, and you're paying $50.
Yes. But I also pay for, the...
Get your toes done, too, at the same time?
I should ask.
What if that's included and you haven't even been, like, taking part? Like, oh, my God. Can you prorate this?
You know, I've tried some of those, I don't know, kind of like chain, places like sports clubs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I always end up with something. I leave and I'm like, well, they didn't do this right or something like that. So I found a spot I like, and she always does a great job. So I just stay there. I don't leave because I know every time I go there, I'm not going to go out and be like, well, never going there again.
But have you ever left and said, my hair has never looked better. I'm never going to anybody else?
Yeah, every time I walk
To the same girl. See, I don't have that kind of hair. It's pretty tough. Like, if you mess up my hair, like, let's say you forget to cut an entire side. I don't know who would do that. That would be pretty bad hair. That'd be a very bad beautician. But I could just kind of push the other side over a little bit, and I am blessed with that kind of hair. I have very few talents, but when it comes to hair, if you are a barber or a beautician, it's pretty tough to mess up my hair.
Yeah, and I mean,
Having said that, I should just cut it myself, but save a few bucks.
I did have my roommate cut my hair in
Did you seriously?
COVID, and he did a really good job.
Was it like just the buzz cut or
No,
serious?
He
Wow.
looked. I asked him. Well, he was going to do his own hair.
Okay.
I said, "All right, would you want to do mine? Because I'm just sick of all this hair." And he's like, "Yes, I will do it." I'm like,
a little too enthusiastically.
I was like, "All right, I'll let you cut my hair if you just like go, just watch a lot of videos on it on YouTube." And he did like, I think it was like 3 days. He watched videos. He did it on himself first, and I was like, actually, that looks pretty good. Yeah, let's do it. And he did. And it wasn't the best haircut I've ever had, but it worked. you know?
Okay. For the money, you can't beat it.
It was $0.
He gave himself a little
Actually-
certificate on the wall from YouTube.
I gave him a Bud Light, so
That's pretty good. I did have a waitress from a comedy club. I was desperate, and I was just talking about how I needed a haircut, and one of the waitresses said, I don't know, Kim cuts hair. I was like, okay, well, right away I'm going, oh, that's awesome. And then I'm like, I don't know her. Like, she could be terrible just because she cuts hair. So she did it, and it worked out okay. But, it's a roll of the dice anytime you go to somebody new.
yeah. I mean, when I left my favorite spot in Milwaukee, I didn't think I'd find a better better hairstylist, and I did.
Look at you. In Green Bay.
Yeah.
$50, though.
It was more expensive in Milwaukee.
What are you paying in Milwaukee? I think
It
my
was
son paid
$70.
I love Milwaukee, but it is not a $70 haircut town. I'm sorry.
It is like if you go to the nicer like sports clips, I've had okay experiences there.
Yeah.
More than enough. I walk home and I'm like, okay, I need to stop going here.
Just because they have the sports on is not a reason
Well,
enough
I mean,
to risk it.
It's not that expensive there. Great Clips. Don't get me started on Great Clips.
Okay, here's another reason. You know, I call Marinette Christmas City, USA.
Yeah, of course.
And Wisconsin is the state of summer. I have my little nicknames for our home state here, but Marinette, $30 haircut, it's another reason to maybe move there. Consider it, folks. You'll save a few bucks on, let's say you get 6 haircuts a year, or 18, or 24 if you're one of those every 2 week people. It's a lot of money. You sock that away, that's money in your pocket. That's all I'm saying. Hey, we have a great show tonight, folks, and I'm so glad you're with us wherever you're joining us from across the beautiful state, the state of summer, in winter, Wisconsin. Lots of fun tonight. Melissa Kay will be here at 5:35 after the news, which is coming up in about 20 minutes at the bottom of the hour. Melissa will be here to tell us about, Melissa's the news director here at Civic Media for WFHR. I'm saying that right? I want to say, you know what? This is so funny. It's WFHR. I always confuse that with the Steve Martin character in The Man with Two Brains because his name was Dr. Michael Afar, and he spells it Fuhuhur. So every time I say WFHR in Wisconsin Rapids, I have to take a beat and think about it because of Steve Martin. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, must have been a great movie. I've never seen it.
It's a delightful movie. It's funny. It's crazy. It's fun, young Steve, and I highly recommend it. But Melissa will be here. She's the news director there at WFHR, and we'll talk about some of the things going on in central Wisconsin. She's also a very talented actor. So we'll talk to Melissa about the healthy theater community that's happening there in central Wisconsin, such a great area of our state. And then at 6:35, Matt Miller, a man about film, as you can follow him on Blue Sky. He is a Milwaukee film critic. We'll talk movies with Matt. And then in hour number 3, or Act 3, as we call it here, Danielle Koenig will be here. A very talented comedian, writer, and actress will be on the show. We'll be talking about Albert Brooks, this great legendary comedian who's made some of the most iconic comedies of the last 40 years. I should say 50 years. He's no spring chicken, Conrad. He's getting up there. But Danielle is also a huge fan of Albert Brooks. We've talked about Albert Brooks in the past, and we will share our wonderful memories of his films in hour number 3. So we hope you can stick around for that. You might even get some new recommendations. If you haven't seen a lot of Albert Brooks's filmmaking or his movies that he's made, like Lost in America, Modern Romance, Real Life, Defending Your Life, Mother, The Scout, all kinds of great films. He kind of flew under the radar, not in the comedy community, but he was not a household name. But he wrote Lost in America, which he wrote with Bill Murray in mind as the lead role. And I think it came out in 86 or 85, but it is a tremendous comedy. It's a husband and wife who drop out of society, liquidate everything, and go on the road in a Winnebago. And their first stop is Las Vegas. And they have cash. And I won't do too many spoilers here, but you can imagine what happens. It's just a phenomenal comedy. Anyway, Bill Murray could not do the film for like 2 years, so Albert Brooks played the lead role as well as directed it. So we'll talk about all of that with Danielle in Act 3. Lots going on around the state. This is, there's a big Packer rally, Conrad. I don't know if you know this, but the Packers are in the playoffs, and they're playing the Chicago Bears.
Really?
Who I didn't know were also in the playoffs. They're meeting for the 3rd time this season, and I heard a great statistic today. The Packers, this is the first time 2 teams have played when their last victory of the season was against each other. So the Packers' last victory was against the Bears, and then they lost, and then they played the Bears again and lost, and Jordan Love was out, so they lost their last 2 games. The Bears' last victory was the rematch with the Packers, and they haven't won a game since. So this will be the first time they meet. That's never happened in NFL history. So just another fun fact for you. But there are Packer rallies happening. Tell us about the one. This is kind of fun. Our pal Dan Marcus shared this with us.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with this Packers fan, I'd say they have an Instagram account, a Twitter account. They're called Packers Everywhere. A great little club, I would say. I don't know. They were at the draft, and they had some really fun stuff there. But they're holding a pep rally in Chicago on January 9th, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, January 9th at 6. at Willie's Northwoods Inn
in
And that-
Chicago.
and that's in Chicago.
At 3030 North Racine, I believe the address
Avenue,
was.
yeah.
Lots of Packer fans in Chicago. We had one of them on last night, Jim McHugh, and I wonder if he knows about that rally. It just comes down to whether or not you like crowds, because I'm sure.
I
it
mean, the
should be a
bar
big-
looks. I looked at some of the pictures of this bar. It looks awesome.
You know what's funny? I remember seeing some of these bars in Chicago. There's so many people from Wisconsin that live in Chicago or Michigan, whatever. And these bars were like the Packer, or I shouldn't even say Packer. I should say like Wisconsin themed bars. Were like log cabin, North Woodsy. It's like, I don't know. They're taking one element of Wisconsin and putting it on display in Chicago. Like that's not all. There's a lot of parts of Wisconsin are just as Chicago as Chicago. There's cities and all that kind of stuff, but they tend to focus on the North Woods theme, which I guess I understand because a lot of people go to the North Woods from Chicago. But it should be a really fun event. There will be some Packers alumni there, a roundtable discussion, and radio sideline analyst John Kuhn, who I'm sure you've heard of, will be there.
Kuhn.
He will conclude the event, not include the event. He will conclude the event. So, yeah, that sounds fun. So if you're a Packer fan in Chicago, check that out. I'm sure there will be. Do they even have Packer rallies here in Green Bay? I mean, every weekend seems like it's kind of a party. So
Yeah, I mean, but the Packers everywhere. I love that. If you go to their Instagram, they just show every event they go to, and it's different cities of.
yeah,
You know, when they went to Denver, they had all the Denver the Denver Packers fans go to this bar, have a little prep rally there too.
yeah.
So they're well traveled.
Absolutely. And when I lived in LA, there were a lot of Packer bars there. I don't know, a lot. There were like 3 within 3 miles of me in the San Fernando Valley, where every Sunday during football season they have the Packers on. So lots of fun. And Packer fans do travel well. And I think they have fans that have no ties to Wisconsin. I know for a long time LA didn't have a football team. So, all right, you got to pick someone to root for. You go for the guy in this small town. Buffalo is the odd man out here because they're kind of a smaller town too. North, cold weather, but sorry, Green Bay is like 1/4 of that population. They're going to get all the fans,
Yeah.
right? So there you go. It is also dry January.
Yes, it
What's
is.
that count? Are you dry?
I haven't had a single drink since New Year's Eve.
Now, why wouldn't you tell me that? Why wouldn't you say, hey, Pete, you're hosting a radio show. I'm the guy running the board. I'd love to talk about this. Don't you think that's discussion worthy?
Well, I'm not saying I'm dry. I just haven't had a drink. Just haven't had one.
I haven't had time to have a drink yet, but I'm desperate for one.
I might have one while I'm watching the Packers game because I'm going to be stressed.
Yeah, we'll see. It should be a fun game. I had a nightmare booking a hotel last night in Chicago. I booked it. I still don't know if I'm going, but I booked it in case, and I have time to cancel. So I'll tell you about that fiasco. We are going to do a very short break here. We're going to come back and tell you what the question of the night is, and I'm going to tell you the friendliest town in Wisconsin. That is coming up after this break. It is so great to have you with me here, folks. Let's have some fun talking about the things in life we love. This is Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on the Civic Media Radio Network.
There's a heartbreak beat playing all night long down on my street, and it feels like love got the radio on, and it's all that we need. There's a heartbreak beat, and it feels like love. There's a heartbreak beat. Monday.
I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nightlight, and you've got the Civic Media Radio Network on this gorgeous Wednesday, a balmy Wednesday, if I can
Yes.
say that. I'll take this for January weather. Not too shabby. You might be wondering what the most friendly town is, Conrad, and I'm going to tell you.
In Wisconsin or
Yeah.
just in the U.S.?
In Wisconsin.
Okay.
But first, let's get this out there. I've got questions, and we've got a question of the night, and we're going to it right now.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
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 Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions?
This question.
Domanda. Question.
Question.
Questions.
This is actually more of a, I just realized that this is a statement, but we're going to ask it anyway. We're going to say it anyway. Name an actor or actress whose fame you just don't understand. There are a lot of them out there, but I want to know what you think, folks. Name an actor, a celebrity, an actress, whomever, whose fame you just don't understand. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can also text us on the app, or if you're watching the radio on the stream, you can let us know. Drop us a stream comment like Dave just did. Dave says the Kardashians. Totally get that.
I don't understand that.
You know what? I hate to say it. I don't think they're talented, but
Oh.
I kind of understand their fame
I
because
No.
they just do crazy crap.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope it stops at some point, you know? Like, I
Like
hope
a fungus.
I hope their kids don't, like, just grow into that, too. And then the next generation of Kardashians,
Dude,
and they still, like, keeping up with the Kardashians, too.
they're going to inherit a ton of money, and of course they're going to do that. Ideally, they'll just take their money and go away or give it to the poor. But most likely, fame is a drug. And I love this. Bill Murray famously once said, when people say, what's it like? Or they would say to him, hey, I want to be rich and famous. And he says, just try rich because you don't want to be famous. And I mean, I don't know what that's like, but I think he's a smart enough guy where I go, the hassles that probably come with fame just wouldn't be worth it. So if I were Kim Kardashian's evil spawn, I would take the money and run.
I'm taking the money and I'm saying,
Yeah.
peace out.
But I kind of understand their fame, even though I don't think they're talented. But I appreciate Dave's text. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think, folks. If you are on any of these platforms, Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, give us a like or a follow if you're so inclined. Yeah, I saw this. I can't remember if I saw this in Up North News or where I saw this, but the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel posted the friendliest towns, and they were footnoting that it was from a company called World Atlas.
Okay. I'm trying to think of a town where I'm like, were they friendly when I went there?
In Wisconsin?
It's not Green Bay because, every time I open the door, they don't say thank you to me, so.
Is that true? I mean, you've talked about that, but is it still trending that way?
No, I had someone say thank you to me last night when I was opening the door for them, and they were on the phone, too.
Yeah.
So they went out of their way to say thank you.
That's great.
So maybe I'm giving it a hard time.
You're giving
but-
Green Bay a bad rap.
Is it Gotham, Wisconsin?
I don't even know where that is. So I'm going to say no, it's not Gotham, Wisconsin. It is Lake Geneva, Wisconsin.
Really?
According to this American Atlas, World Atlas, I'm sorry, recently published the 9 friendliest towns in Wisconsin, January. One reported, Lake Geneva is number 1.
I've only been there once, so I can't remember.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great place. I just don't know if they're friendly or not.
Yeah. That surprises me, to be honest with you. Not that they're not, but, I don't know. I went there as a kid. I went there about 10 years ago. The whole family went for like a week for my parents' 50th anniversary. It was fine. Number 2, Bayfield. Beautiful area that I have not really explored. I've been through it, but I believe they're very friendly up there. They're up there near Lake Superior. Not much to do other
I
than
haven't been there.
outdoor winter sports you've got and being friendly. So apparently they're very good at it. Number 3, Fish Creek, Lovedore County. Number 4, Cedarburg.
Oh,
I don't think I've ever been.
me. We used to play Cedarburg as Kewaskum.
Really?
Yeah.
They're in the same conference?
I think I can't remember if we were. No, we weren't in the same conference, but we still played. I don't know, or something like that. Whatever.
Okay.
Out of conference play, but I don't think they were that mean.
Did you open up a can of whoop ass?
I think
on
so.
the Milwaukee Suburbanites. Is that kind of a ritzy area, Cedarburg?
No.
No,
No,
Okay.
they have a really nice downtown there.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Mequon, I think is what I'm thinking of. Number 5, Wisconsin Dells. See, another tourist like Lake Geneva. I don't know if this World Atlas really knows what they're talking about. Not that they're not friendly.
They're just picking the most popular spots.
Yeah, exactly. Hayward. I believe that. Hayward. Love people from Hayward. That's a good one. They're number 6. Sister Bay is number 7. Okay. I'm noticing a trend here. Lake Geneva, Fish Creek, Sister Bay. Lots of rich people are friendly. That's the lesson here. No? You disagree?
Maybe some of them, maybe some not.
Jim Schmidt just left, the former mayor of Green Bay. He's loaded. He's a pretty nice guy.
Yeah, he's very nice.
Number 8, Port Washington. Love Port Washington. That's going to be the Wisconsin town that booms next, I think. Right on the lake, close to Milwaukee. You can't go wrong with Port Washington. And 9, Elkhart Lake. Another town where people have a lot of walking around money. And another tourist trap. I don't know if I agree with this, Con.
You know, I don't know. Port Washington, maybe.
Maybe what? Friendly?
We played them in high school too. You know, I got my first hit in baseball, high school baseball against them.
Oh, against a rag arm from Port Washington?
It was my 1 year I played baseball, my sophomore year. Got a hit,
Nice.
and then I quit the next game.
Where can you go from there?
Exactly,
You went out on
exactly.
a high note. That's fantastic. All right. News and sports and weather is on the way, folks, and then we will be back with WFHR Wisconsin Rapids news director and actor Melissa Kay. That's all coming up. A great night here on Hump Day, ladies and gentlemen. It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on the Civic Media Radio Network.
The low 40s.
What's the latest news in the world of entertainment? What's going on out in Hollywood? Who's on the charts in the music world? What's the hottest TV show? Who is the guy in the know? He's the host of this radio show. His star is shining bright. He's the man with the nightlight. It's Pete Schwaba. Nothing rhymes with Schwaba, but that's okay. And here he is, Pete Schwaba.
Wow, that was something. That was compliments of our pal Gordy from the John and Gordy show. What pipes he has. I had no idea he could croon like that.
Yeah, that was great.
He sent that to me last night. I love it. Thank you, Gordy. A shout out. It was fun to be on their show yesterday before I went on the air from Madison. Those guys are, I call them my civic media big brothers.
Yeah.
And just to live up to that role, they wail on me every once in a while.
Oh, really?
They do. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
John's tougher than he looks. Thank you. Shout out to Gordy. That was outstanding. Thank you, sir. And check out the John and Gordy show every afternoon on Civic Media on the network from 2 to 5. Great lead in. Right now, it's all things Civic Media here so far, folks. It is great to have you here, and you're going to want to hear this next interview because this is one of the first people I met when I started working for Civic Media was Melissa Kay. And we became friends, and we've been friends ever since. There was a little hiccup in there, but we don't have to get into that. But it is my pleasure to welcome my Civic Media colleague and the news director at WFHR in Wisconsin Rapids, and she is also a talented actress, Melissa Kay. Welcome back, Melissa. How are you?
Hello, Pete. It's good to see you. I'm interested what this hiccup is. What's our hiccup in our relationship?
We just had a thing where it was just kind of awkward between us, and I don't know if something happened or you didn't cast me in one of your plays or what the deal was, but I was like,
we were like ships passing in the night.
Yeah.
Pete. I couldn't get booked on your show. It was just.
Well, that's never. Listen, I've had to chase you down. I love having you on the show. You know that. If you're watching on the stream, folks, Melissa, you've got some, is that a theater thing, the hair? That's a very different look for you. I
Yes.
like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's, I was just in a show called Morning Sun.
Okay.
And I played a grandmother character. So
Oh, wow.
I cut and bleached my hair because my daughter character is a redhead. So
Okay.
I just lightened my red hair to a lovely orange faded red color, and
I like it.
it's fun. Thank you.
Yeah, it is fun to do stuff like that. You know what, your hair, it's the same color as Donnie Most from Happy Days, Ralph Malph. That's the exact color. It's like red, but it's kind of got some orange anyway, whatever it is. It's great. That must have been a lot of fun to do something different like that.
This was a very interesting show. It's Morning Sun by Simon Stevens. And the way that it's written, the script, there's 3 characters. There's 3 women in the show. There's a lot more characters than that, but there's 3 women in the show. And in the script, they're numbered 1, 2, and 3.
That's it?
That's it.
No
So
Gladys or Doris or whatever?
No, I mean, they do have names, but they weren't named in the script because, so the mother, it's the story of the mother from birth to death, basically. And then the grandmother character and the daughter character play all of the other characters throughout her life.
Oh, okay.
So I got to be like 2 different guys. I was like one of the mom's love interests, 2 of the mom's love interests.
Oh, wow.
A couple different women, and then also her mother, which was just really cool.
That sounds a little heavy for community theater.
It was. This is a director showcase, so there was
Okay.
a lot of language. There was a lot of adult themes. Yeah, we swear a lot.
See, I was wondering, I saw that on your Facebook page. I just looked it up a few hours ago, and it said adult themes. And I was like, well, come on. This isn't like Taxi Driver, right? I mean, it's a theater show in a reasonably populated area, but it couldn't have been that bad. What was the worst thing that happened along the lines of adult themes besides lesbian and so on?
Well, probably the worst thing would have been domestic violence.
Oh, that's a bad thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the situations, and fortunately, I didn't have to play that character. The daughter, Nicole Sawinski, had to play that character, and that was heavy. It was really heavy.
Wow. So, but you were involved with two women romantically, it sounds like, during the show.
Yeah, but I was a guy.
Oh, you played a guy.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, that's
yeah.
not lesbianism.
No,
Okay.
no.
That's just,
I got to be Eddie.
that's
He's
folksy.
he's a medical, distributor. He delivers medical supplies and walkers and
Okay.
Roletas
Oh,
and,
nice.
bath safety products, compression stockings. What do you want?
That's a great accent. Now, what did you like playing a guy? Is that the first time you've ever played a guy?
To that degree, yes. I have like impersonated a guy in my very
Yeah.
first stage show I had to do. I had to walk out on stage pretending I was a guy. I got
Okay.
all sorts of advice to my 17-year-old self on how to walk like a guy. None of them
Oh,
are safe
wow.
for radio.
Okay. I don't understand. I mean, I understand when you have to, don guy clothes or whatever for a show. But my dad, there's a group in Marinette, and they used to do this show called the Kiwanis Capers, and it's a men's group. And I told myself years ago, I'm not joining a men's group. It just sounds weird. It sounds strange. And I've held fast to that. But anyway, they would put on these shows, and they would all dress as women. And then I've done stand-up shows. There was this place in Michigan called the Scottville Clown Band, but they were clowns that were women. The level of Freud could do something with that. I think I don't even understand where that comes from.
Well,
Can't we just be
back
people?
in the Shakespeare era, the men had to play women because women weren't allowed on stage.
Well, I'm not in favor of that either, Melissa.
No, neither am
Okay.
I.
All right.
But
Well,
it
you
was
just shut
fun
down.
because I didn't have to wear, like, we didn't change costumes or anything. It was
Right.
just a very simple set, small intimate theater. And most I did was I changed my glasses. I had different pairs for the grandmother and for the other female character.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
was
All right,
fun.
Melissa Kay is here, folks. She's an actress, and she is also the news director at WFHR in Wisconsin Rapids, here under the Civic Media umbrella. Melissa, would you say that Wisconsin Rapids, Stevens Point, Plover, that whole area, central Wisconsin, so beautiful, that the arts are thriving there? There's a pretty healthy
Yeah.
community or theater scene in general, right?
I would say so. Wisconsin Rapids Theater is fabulous. It's beautiful. The back, like, I don't know how many community theaters you've acted in, Pete, or been to, but usually their backstage is like scary small, or there's
Yeah.
not one, or there's no dressing rooms. Like this, it's in the old mall here
Oh,
in
wow.
Rapids, so they have so
Really?
much space. They're not the only thing in that mall, but yeah, they have a lot of space. And then the acting group in Stevens Point is also very active, and they do a lot of they do shows at the Century Theater, and then also like their Final Fridays improv nights, and they do different karaoke nights. There's also community theater in Wausau, and of course the big Grand Theater in Wausau. There's community theater groups in Marshfield, Abbotsford. I mean, they're all over.
Wow.
Pittsville has one too.
Okay. It is. I love it because in Marinette, we have the theater on the bay. It's right on the water of Green Bay. And my daughter kind of grew up, doing roles in that theater. She's at Stevens Point now. But like, I would go backstage and it was not small. It was elaborate, like all this like carpentry equipment and sets and costumes, different levels. I was blown away that this
Yeah.
was a community theater.
Yeah, some of them
all
are,
right.
are lacrosse is like that, and I would say Rapids is too, on
Yeah.
that level of just astonishing for a community theater.
So why I noticed that you guys only did 2 shows though. What
We
was
did.
Okay, why is that?
Well, because of the type of show it is, they're
Okay.
a little harder to market, and just doing one weekend fit with everybody's schedule, and royalties and all that jazz. So
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, you'll have to keep us posted. I love when you post stuff on the general chat for work. I can see kind of what you're doing in that. And I would love to help you get the word out about future productions. But do you, I have to ask you while we're on this topic, is there someone whose fame you don't really get?
Kardashians.
Yeah, they are going to be the big winner tonight.
I don't.
That's another
I
one.
don't get it. I know the name. I know one of
Yeah.
their names, and I know their last name, but that's really all I know, and I don't. I don't care.
Have
Don't
you
care.
seen the show All's Fair? The Kim
No.
Kardashian vehicle? Okay. Her name is Allura on the show.
Laura.
Yeah. And she
She
shows
picked that
major
herself?
cleavage walking in the court. Oh, I'm sure she did. But it looks completely awful. So that's a great answer. And how were your holidays, Melissa? I always I call Marinette, Wisconsin, Christmas City, USA. I think I'm the only person who calls it that, but Central Wisconsin has very beautiful trees and snow, and it's just a place you think of when you think of Christmas. Are the holidays there beautiful?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
we had a white Christmas this year for a change, so everything was dressed up for the holidays. I like seeing all the Christmas lights when you drive around. My own holiday was pretty quiet. The family I celebrate with, we were all kind of sick, so we just laid
Oh,
low.
yeah.
Had a
It
nice
was
little
going
brunch
around.
together and then went home and took naps.
That's not a bad day.
No, I didn't think so.
What you are the news director at WFHR. Tell it what is going on in Central Wisconsin. Do people that might be in their cars right now need to know anything? Are there events happening or something we should steer clear of?
Well, I don't know if there's necessarily anything to steer clear of except, be careful on the roads. They're a little slippery.
Okay. Is there a
But
murder mystery we can help solve? Something going on.
what we need to work on is more communication with between the local government here, and constituents. And I think that's
Huh.
something the city government is really enthusiastic and working towards and excited about. And they're starting to see more engagement from the community. Right now, the big topic of discussion is solar. We have like solar power projects. There's one that
Right.
they're looking, a small one they want to put in on a city parcel, and people are upset about it. And I just wonder if some of that is misinformation,
Hmm.
miscommunication. But people are coming to meetings and they're talking and they're engaging with their alderpersons, and these are all good things.
What are your favorite things to cover there? Because like you have this great area, this great community in Central Wisconsin where you don't have some of the crimes typically of bigger cities. Not that you couldn't have them, and I'm sure from time to time you do, but do you have stories in particular you like to cover?
I love history and
Mm.
local history and sharing some of that actually. So with the new show that I'm going to be launching here soon, which I'm sure we'll talk about yet,
Yeah,
I have to get some kind of like evergreen interviews kind of
sure.
backlogged. So if I get sick or I want to take a vacation or something, I have things ready to go. So I got to talk with a local historian about the transition in this area from fur trading to timber industries,
Oh,
and
nice.
just that how it came about. And so he's going to connect me with some tribal historians in the area, with the different, with the Menominee tribe and the Ho Chunk and the Potawatomi, and also be able to get their perspective of that transition in this area.
That is
I
great.
just
Let's
think
pick
that's
up there. We
awesome.
got to do a really short break. We'll come back with our friend Melissa Kay, and I'm going to ask her if she's partaking in Dry January. I'm just putting it out there. We're coming right back. It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on the Civic Media Radio Network. Nightlight with Pete Schwaba. So glad you're here, folks. It is a gorgeous night in the state of Wisconsin. And on the stream, Sydney Politics says Port Washington might be getting that loud, crazy data center. Won't be friendly after that. Let's reserve judgment, Sydney Politics. I appreciate your opinion, though. He also says, yo, Dave. So the bromance is back, or so it seems. I don't know if Dave's going to respond, but we'll see. Thank you, Sydney. Great to hear from you, buddy, as always. Joining me here over the stream from Central Wisconsin, beautiful Central Wisconsin, is Melissa Kay. She is the news director at WFHR in Wisconsin Rapids here at Civic Media. And speaking of which, news, sports, and weather is just around the corner, folks, about 7 minutes away. We were talking about community theater, which she is part of, very involved there in Wisconsin Rapids. Do you, speaking of, let's talk about your new show, Melissa. It's called Perspective. Love the title. Is that something, what you were just saying before the break about the fur trade, are those the kind of stories you're going to cover? Tell us about Perspective.
Well, so Perspective is a historical name for WFHR. It used to be the news interview show that the news director did for decades.
Oh.
WFHR is 85 years old now.
Wow.
So we brought back the historic name of the show. We're going to use the old music even.
From 85 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, love it.
And so the interviews will mostly be with local government officials, school district officials. So I'll be interviewing the mayor, the county sheriff, superintendent from different school districts in our area, and just bringing the community updates on what's happening.
I have a concern.
Okay.
Are you going to have that hair still when you interview these upstanding members of your
What's
community?
wrong with my hair, Pete?
Well, hopefully you get a chance to tell them, no, I was in a play that all of the local officials should attend, right? I want to say, too, I just learned this about 10 years ago, but the Schwabas are from Stevens Point. That's where we
Really?
come from as a people. Yes. They eventually migrated to Chicago. I'm not sure why, but maybe just wanted to go to the big city. I don't know. But like in the early 1900s, yeah, they were Stevens Point people. So how do you like that?
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Maybe I'll
That's
move back
cool.
there and try to
Maybe you
reconnect
should.
with my...
Find your roots.
I just want to say that sassy attitude you just showed, totally goes with the hair. You kind of, you have a flow vibe going from Alice, which is... I love it. Do you ever bring any kind of... It's interesting because you have this acting background and you're so good at news. Does acting ever work its way into news? Is there a performative element? Or with the reads? Obviously, you just want to give straight news, but in the performance?
Well, I would say that I have a news voice that I use for reading the news and delivering the news, but I mean, it's not acting, it's emoting in some ways,
Sure.
because there's different, if you're giving a serious news piece, you don't want to sound happy about it. So
Right.
I mean, there's an element of that, but news is facts, and
Right.
that's what we work to convey to our listeners.
Well, it's fantastic, and keep up the great work. Do you have a movie, like a movie about news or reporting that you like?
Yeah, I'd have to think about that one. There was one I saw recently, and I'm not going to be able to remember the name of it.
Spotlight?
No.
Broadcast news?
No.
Okay.
It was serious.
Paper?
Anchorman.
Anchorman?
No, I've never even seen that, actually.
Oh, well, it's not going to knock your socks
It's
off from a
hilarious.
journalistic standpoint. Right. But the paper, there's some good ones out there,
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there are, and I've seen a few, but...
Yeah. So do you, are you a Stranger Things girl?
I've seen the first couple seasons, but I haven't.
Okay.
I don't have the ability to watch it right now. I will eventually. I would like to.
Because you're busy, or is it a cable issue or a streaming issue?
I don't have television. I have a television, but all I got is YouTube. I don't pay for anything.
You don't. So do you own a color television?
It's from 1946, but yeah, I got one, Pete.
You got the first one. I admire you. I wish I could get there. My wife is always saying, why are we paying this much for all these different streaming outlets? And I lie to her and I say, well, I host a show and really I just like to watch TV. It's really so,
Great excuse.
she's like, well, can Civic Media pay for it? I'm like, I'm not going to ask her that. So you're not watching anything right now? Nothing you could binge watch or recommend? What do you watch on YouTube?
Time Team.
What's that?
It's a BBC show from like
Oh.
the 80s and the 90s, and it's almost like a reality show because they have 3 days and they have to go in, and somebody found Roman coins in their backyard, and so then they go in and they survey and they excavate and they do archaeological digs and discover the history of what was there.
I think I love that.
Yeah, it's
That's really
awesome.
cool.
Yes,
You
it is
are
such
a
good show.
Renaissance girl. Look at you. No TV, doing the theater, reporting the news, and bringing the facts to the people. I just love it. You're tops. Thanks so much, Melissa. Always fun to talk to you. But next time, please come on and let us help you get the word out about the plays that you do, though,
For
because I think
sure,
they're
I
great.
would do that. All right,
Okay,
thanks,
and please,
Pete.
please never change your hair either. Keep it that way.
Just for
Melissa
you, Pete.
Kay, I appreciate that. Melissa Kay, listen to her on WFHR if you're have access to the Civic Media website. She does such a good job there with news at WFHR. Great stuff. We are going to break for news in just a moment, news, sports, and weather. And then Matt Miller is here, Milwaukee film critic. He will be here talking about the awards show. Awards season is upon us, folks, and there are some great films out there. Matt will tell us what we should be watching. What else, Con? What are we going to do next hour?
I mean, we could talk about Stranger Things.
I got a
guess.
huge list. All right, we'll talk about Stranger Things, maybe a little more dry January. Joe Keery from Stranger Things. This is interesting.
I love that song, by the way.
Is it a good song?
It's a great.
You have to find it. Let's give a listen at some point tonight. But we've got a lot going on, and there is possibly a Stranger Things secret episode that is going to air tonight. That is all the rage.
It won't happen.
Conrad doesn't think. I don't think it will either, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's kind of a fun mystery. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Late. We are coming back for Act 2 right after the news and sports and weather on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Local news and timeless hits. WGBW, Denmark, Green Bay.
This is a special report from ABC News. I'm Michelle Franzen. The woman shot by an ICE officer during immigration operations in Minneapolis today has been identified by the city council as Nicole Reed Good, calling her a resident of the city. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem at a briefing says the ICE officer acted in self-defense.
This appears as an attempt to kill or to cause bodily harm to agents. An act of domestic terrorism.
Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry earlier disputed the account, saying ICE agents are creating tensions in the city with their reckless tactics.
They are already trying to spin this as an action of self-defense. Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is bull.
The Minneapolis police chief says it appears the woman was not a target of any law enforcement investigation and was trying to drive away. Tonight, residents are gathering in the neighborhood for a vigil. Governor Tim Walz asking for calm, at the same time putting the National Guard on notice. This is ABC News. The Trump administration unveiled new dietary guidelines today, emphasizing protein, whole grains, and healthy fats, and for the first time calls out the dangers of highly processed foods. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. on the mission.
Whole grains outperform refined carbohydrates. Added sugars, especially sugar-sweetened beverages, drive metabolic disease. And today our government declares war on added sugar.
The plan puts a larger emphasis on whole milk and cheese as well as red meats. Dietary experts, though, say multiple studies have shown that an increase in red meat consumption over fish and poultry has led to negative health outcomes like colorectal cancer and cardiovascular disease. U.S. employers posted far fewer jobs in November compared to the previous month, signaling a slowdown in hiring despite growth. That data also shows that layoffs have dropped. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
You're a storyteller, negotiator, artist, innovator. Whatever your passion, whatever your skills, behind the scenes or in front, you belong here. A career in broadcast media. Local radio and TV stations in every town and city need someone like you. So do what you love and bring your talent to life. Your passion, your skills, your career. You belong here. Learn more at youbelonghere.media.
The Elder Care Locator is here to help you live your best life as you age at home. Our call center advisors are ready to connect you with trustworthy local experts. Help is just a phone call away at 1-800-677-1116.
Being blind doesn't look how others may think.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down. I know where to find support.
Learn more at fightingblindness.org, a public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Mostly cloudy tonight, some areas of fog, a low around 30 to the low 30s. And a cloudy day for tomorrow with rain developing for the afternoon. A high of 40 to the low 40s. More areas of rain Thursday night and some rain and snow mixed Friday morning. Right now it's 33.
Civic Media.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Out here in the middle of these acres, it can feel like you're the only person on Earth. That's how it feels when you're struggling with your mental health. But you don't have to feel alone. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
I was stuck in a state of panic and endless rituals, so I made the call.
Mental health care works.
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who considers a silver medal a participation award, Pete Schwaba.
All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to hour number 2 of tonight's episode of Nite Lite. Starring me, Pete Schwaba, and the kid Conrad Krieger, who is on the other side of the glass. If you missed the first, I would say the first hour, the first episode, the first show, we had a rip-roaring good time. We were very proud of ourselves. I did not make a joke about Wednesday being hump day. We acknowledged hump day, but I will not lower myself to do like someone's got a case of the Mondays style joke for hump day, because that would just be rude. But we are barreling through this show, and we talked about friendly cities in Wisconsin. That was fun, right, Con?
Yeah, Gotham, number 1.
Gotham, Wisconsin. Whoa, wait a minute. Is there a Gotham, Wisconsin?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this. Where is it?
More middle, kind of central Wisconsin. It's unincorporated, I believe.
Okay.
I drove. You drive through it a couple times if you go. I can't think of if you're going from Green Bay to Wausau or something. Farther out. But yeah, it's. I mean, every time I go through it, I'm just like, "Where's Batman?"
It's the real Gotham.
I need to see the Joker and Batman.
I'm sure they've never heard that joke before either, by the way.
No,
So
definitely
you should
not.
make that every time you stop there for gas or, hey, where's Batman? Oh, that's great. We never heard that before.
It would be cool if the one like, because there's not that many buildings, it's incorporated. The one bar was actually like just a Batman bar.
The Bat Cave.
It would be hilarious.
That would be fantastic. We talked to our friend Melissa Kay, who told us all about the theater community in central Wisconsin, over there in Wisconsin Rapids, and about an issue trying to, as the news director there, she tries to engage people and get them kind of find out where they are on local issues. We talked about a few things going on in central Wisconsin. It was great to catch up with Melissa. Coming up at 6:35 after the news, Milwaukee film critic Matt Miller will be here. We'll talk about award shows. Oscar nominations are coming out next week after the Golden Globes, which take place this weekend. We'll talk about all of that with Matt and what to expect. I think this is fun. I like trying to predict what's going to win, which films will be nominated, because in my opinion, that is kind of a win. And that'll be fun to talk about with Matt. He's also seen quite a few films that I haven't, so we'll talk to him about that as well. We rarely have Matt and Rob on back-to-back, so I'm going to try to cover some things with Matt that we did not cover with Rob last night. But you know what I saw? I saw the new Knives Out movie.
What'd you think?
I liked it a lot.
I think it's my favorite.
I would agree with that. And I liked the first Knives Out. Second one, I was dozing. It wasn't like it was bad. It was just, I just didn't hold my interest that much.
The second one to me was more of like, let's try to make them laugh in this film.
Yeah.
Instead of actually having like a really good mystery.
Right.
And I mean, exactly that was my least favorite. Like I got bored of it. The beginning of it was hilarious. I'll give him that. Like it caught my attention a little bit.
The second
and then
one,
it just dragged after that.
Yeah.
But the third one, that one was so good.
It's great.
Fantastic.
I loved the whole Catholic angle was well done, I thought. I loved that actor. I can't think of his name at the moment, but he was in Challengers as one of the tennis players. Now what escapes me, but Daniel Craig was great. Not Meryl Streep, but Glenn Close was outstanding in it. It was a really fun movie, so I like that, and maybe I'm going to see if Matt has watched that movie too, see what he thought about it. But we'll talk to Matt at 6:35. Movies and award shows, that'll be fun. And then in hour number 3, writer, comedian, actor Danielle Koenig will be here. We are going to talk about a few things, but we're going to really dive into Albert Brooks and some of our favorite Albert Brooks movies. So if you're a fan of Albert Brooks or just comedy from probably the last generation right before mine, that will be a fun conversation. Albert Brooks grew up, Rob Reiner was his best friend growing up. Carl Reiner obviously was Rob Reiner's dad, so Albert Brooks grew up around that. Albert Brooks' brother was his real name was Bob Einstein, but he went by Super Dave Osborne. Albert Brooks' father was a comedian who went by Park Your Carcass, I believe, and died at a roast in Beverly Hills. So he's been around showbiz his whole life, and he parodies it very well. And even when he's not parodying show business, his comedies are top-notch. So we'll talk about that with Danielle. She's a big Albert Brooks fan as well. And there's your show, our question of the night. I think we should just reintroduce it, Con. Let's quit messing around here. The kidding around is pretty much over. Here's the Nightlight question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
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 Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions? This question.
Domanda. Question.
Questions.
It's a statement. I admit. Tonight's question is a statement of the night. Name an actor or celebrity whose fame you just don't understand. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Let us know on the text line or on the app, or if you're watching the radio on the stream at YouTube, Facebook, or X. Tell us whose fame you just don't understand, and we'll read it on the radio. Great fun. We've got a lot of texts we've got to get to, don't we?
Yes, we're actually getting a lot of texts about Gotham.
I saw that on the stream. Casey James.
I was thinking about a different town name in Wisconsin between in Wapaka area. And it's Embarrass. It's the other town name I was thinking about.
That's a name
that I
of a
drove
town?
through.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not where I was thinking about.
Okay.
And Gotham is close to Richland Center now that I'm looking at the text line here.
Gotham. That's a big hitchhiker town, right?
So you got to make sure you say Gotham.
There's no B on thumb. It's go-thumb. This is Casey James on the stream saying west of Spring Green, Gotham, not like Batman. So are you thinking of a different town, or is it the town you were thinking of?
I was thinking because I have gone through Gotham before.
Okay.
But the city I was thinking about between Green Bay and why can't I think of the other town?
Wausau?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking of a different town, but yeah.
It's not named Gotham, though.
No.
Okay.
Gotham.
Okay. Well,
do we get this now?
This is a topographical nightmare. Casey, thank you for the information. And Lil Irv on the stream says it's between Spring Green and Richland Center. Nite Lite listeners, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to geography in our state, they don't mess around.
Yeah.
And Lil Irv did say hi, Sid. So he didn't leave you hanging, Sid. He's out there. Jim from Appleton in the 920 says Christmas tree. Wait a minute. Am I going back to yesterday? God, no wonder I thought I had so many texts. There's like 400 texts here, but a lot of them from yesterday.
Yeah, you
This
are.
is the,
our first text tonight is from Jack from Merrimack, if you see that.
all right, why don't you read that one while I get caught up here, buddy?
Well, Jack from Merrimack said, I learned to cut my own hair during COVID and haven't been to a barber since. Do the beard too, $50. Do the beard too for $50 with a complete rechargeable kit that continues to work perfectly, if that makes sense. So he does the beard as well.
But if he
with,
doesn't go
with
to
a rechargeable kit.
So he does it himself.
It costs him $50 to get that kit.
I thought he was like charging himself $50. Like, well, that defeats the purpose.
That's how good he is, you know?
Keep the money
that's
in
how
house.
good he is.
Right, exactly. All right, that was Jack from Merrimack. Brett from the 920 says, actually, that's not true. Dallas hosted Philadelphia too. What am I reading here, Conrad?
I think he's
for the previous
talking
show?
about. No, I think he's talking about the fun fact maybe you shared.
Oh yeah, but the Bears and the Packers last game of the year. But the stat was that the two teams, their last loss in the regular season were against each other. The Bears' last loss was to the Packers. The Packers' last loss was to the Bears.
I think,
and now they're meeting in the playoffs. And I think that was the statistic that had never been.
He's saying that they faced each other the last 2 weeks in a row, which is weird. But he said that Philadelphia must have won one and then Dallas won the other one.
Okay.
But that's weird that they played back to back.
Sports trivia and Wisconsin geography. That's you don't mess with
exactly.
Nightlight listeners. Okay. Terry in the 414 says the Kardashians.
Correct.
And then and I agree. The fame you just don't understand. Brett from Brown Deer, Kardashians, all of them. How are they so? I don't think I've ever met anyone who likes the Kardashians, and they have billions of followers and billions of dollars.
I love them. Okay.
Okay. You're the guy. Christy in Eau Claire says Tori Spelling. That's a good one from Beverly Hills 90210. Excellent, Christy. Nice to hear from you. Thank you very much. Brett says stole my answer, so I'll go Trump. Figured we'd hear a few of those. Tom from Hartford in the 262 says number 5 Sheboygan. But it wasn't number 5. Sheboygan was not on the
Washington.
list.
It was Port Washington. That was
Yeah.
5, right?
But Sheboygan's a good town.
Maybe he thinks they're friendlier.
But is it a friendly town? Yeah. I think people in Sheboygan are friendly. And Tom says happier on the water. Yeah, that could be. Monica in the 608 says Mark Wahlberg. Kind of with you there, Monica.
Yeah, I was going to say you definitely agree.
I do. And it's not that I don't think he's talentless. I just think he's one note. Monica says, I also have hair that is hard to mess up because it's curly, unruly, yet several have taken the challenge and failed badly. I pay $20.99 for a haircut in Madison at Simple Cuts. They're awesome. Also, you called me a pistol the other night. You're right. My grandma used to call my siblings and I pistols or piss ants. What's a worse or better thing to be called?
I don't know.
Pistol's someone that, they're not afraid to say stuff. They're brash or bold. I think that's a good one.
Piss ants doesn't sound...
That doesn't sound as flattering.
That sounds bad.
It does sound bad. But I'm glad you're okay with that, Monica. Thank you. And you are a pistol. Steve from Florida, Conrad's dad, says the Kardashians have proven through the years to not have any talent, but are considered celebrities. And that's kind of what I said, too. I understand their fame a little bit because they're outrageous, but their talent. I don't think they're talented. I agree with your dad once again, Conrad.
I don't. They have a lot of talent.
John Murray, you guys can talk this over off the air. John Murray in the 608 says, last month it was Kim Kardashian, but now after witnessing her remarkable acting abilities in her new show, it's Kim Kardashian. Well done, John. John says, my God, I get why Kanye liked her because he's a lunatic, but anyone else, why promote such activity? Well said. Tom in Hartford in the 262 says, I have a 2005 Sony 27-inch Trinitron that needs a converter. What is this? Swap meet here or Facebook Marketplace we doing here, Tom? Tom's listening to Nightlight, hoping to pick up a new tube. A 2005 Sony 27-inch Trinitron that needs a converter. Con, see if you can help him out.
I don't know such technology.
Let's get a side hustle going here. Jewel Smith from Cross Plains is going to have to check out this time. Going to have to check out Time Team.
That was the show that Melissa was talking about, Melissa K.
Oh, Time Team, yeah. It did sound really cool. He says, is it a precursor to Oak Island? That I don't know. Melissa from Willie Street says, hi, Pete. Remember Dinkelman, who bombed so bad on American Idol that he blasted Ryan Seacrest into stardom? Shake my head. Now you can't change the channel without seeing his face. He doesn't impress me at all. Melissa never disappoints. That's awesome stuff. All right. We are going to come back and let's talk Stranger Things. This is weird. Is this secret episode that everybody is talking about? We're like an hour away.
Yeah, 40 minutes.
All right. We'll let you know about that, folks. And I'm going to tell you my story about trying to cancel a hotel room, too.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty frustrating. So you don't want to miss that. It's Nightlight with Pete Schwaba. We're coming right back on the Civic Media Radio Network.
But it takes so long, my Lord. Hallelujah. Oh, my Lord. Hallelujah. My sweet Lord. Hallelujah. Oh, my Lord. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I really want to see you. Hallelujah. I really want to see you now. But it takes so long.
From Hobart to Bay Settlement, 97.9 WGBW.
With locations in Appleton and Oshkosh, Insight Eye Care has been serving the Fox Valley since 1972, offering comprehensive eye care services. Their doctors also share a special interest in treating chronic dry eye disease, providing specialty contact lenses, and expert pediatric eye care. Find Insight Eye Care on North Sawyer Street in Oshkosh and Chain Drive in Appleton. Improving lives by improving sight with quality eye care for everyone in your family. Insight Eye Care. Visit wiinsight.com to schedule your eye exam today.
Badger State Brewing is ready to serve you this dry January with a refreshing non-alcoholic hoppy water, a crisp, hop-infused sparkling water. Try the original or sip on the new citrus hoppy water for a bright burst of flavor. Check out their Barrel House Event Hall, the perfect setting with a spacious, rustic chic venue for birthdays, weddings, or any party worth hosting. Check out the Friday Acoustic Music Series starting January 9th inside its app room. See local Wisconsin artists every Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. while enjoying a brewski or a cold hoppy water.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
We are the National Park Foundation, and together with you, we're creating a future where every person, every generation, gets their chance at an unforgettable moment. Learn more at nationalparks.org/foundation.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
Welcome back. I am Pete Schwaba. This is Nite Lite, and you've got the Civic Media Radio Network back on the home court tonight here in Green Bay. Conrad Krieger working the board, working our way through many texts. I did not realize people would jump on this bandwagon as much as they did tonight, but outstanding texts because our question tonight is a statement. Name an actor or celebrity whose fame you just don't understand. So that's what we're talking about here. Robert on social media says DJT. Don Joseph Turnbull. What could DJT possibly stand for?
I don't know.
Donnie T. Donald Trump. Thank you, Robert. Ross Bigley says Fallon. I could kind of see that. I mean, he's not a bad host. Every time he went on, the second he was in a sketch on Saturday Night Live, he just started cracking up. He never knocked my socks off. I think he's a better host than he was on Saturday Night Live. Conrad says, well, go ahead, Con, you take it.
Well, I read this. I read it this morning and I didn't fully read it. It said actor.
Yeah.
But I just thinking about anyone who's famous.
Right.
Anyone who got famous off of being on Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
Because those people really annoy me.
Is Dr. Oz, is he a spawn of Dr. Phil?
I don't know.
How about Dr. Phil?
Just I guess, yeah. There's some people who would go and branch off to after they're done with it.
Yeah.
And they have these messed up problems or whatever. They just go and then they're just famous and go on to a reality show.
We have Oprah to thank for Dr. Phil. Who every time somebody would say something he would just have attitude. I'm sure he's a doctor, but he would say, you need to get out. Of a relationship, whatever. It's come on, man. You're supposed to be a doctor.
And I do think that Dr. Phil's show was staged as well, obviously. But
I don't think people would stage a production like that.
No.
Daniel Wheeler says, Pete Davidson. That's a good one. He says, parenthetically, I'm open to being educated, but it may be harder to prove than the Beale conjecture, which is I think that's a really complicated math thing that I don't understand either. So there you go. Thank you, Danny Wheels. Good to hear from you, buddy. Tim Baker commented on Daniel's comment and said, he has never even made me smile. Okay, that's... And then Amanda Nimmer, WGBW producer, says, every single Kardashian. Even Khloe? Of course, Khloe.
Even Kylie?
Even Kylie. Even the guy who nobody knows. Sean Boyce on social media says, as an actor, Richard Benjamin. Well, that's interesting. He says, total ham in every role. I barely remember that guy. Sean, nice pull. Jay Campbell on social media says Keanu Reeves is the definition of mid. Okay. I could see why people think that. I think in the right role, Keanu Reeves is really good, but there's somewhere he's...
I think he was hilarious in that new film that came out, Good Fortune.
I haven't seen it. Is he good? Yeah,
I thought it was funny.
He's good as John Wick for whatever you think of those movies, but I could see why one would think that. David in the 608 says between Madison and La Crosse and Highway 14, talking about, of course, Gotham. It's pronounced Gotham, not Gotham. Boy, you really riled some people up tonight, Connor.
Gotham. I'll never pronounce it the other way now.
Monica from Mount Horeb says Gotham is kind of by Richland Center, but I believe they say it with a hard O. Gotham. Everybody, listen, look at this text line. Conrad is blowing up. You've gone viral for a mispronunciation.
Gotham.
We got to have you get into the Oxford comma one night and just hear what people say. Tony the trucker says, Pete, it's the same thing. Another one. Everybody telling us where Gotham is. He says, oops, east of Richland Center. John Murray says, John, I got a wall clipper 17 years ago and saved enough to buy a car last year in cash for haircuts. That was our haircut talk. John's a good-looking guy, but he spends a little money on his hair. I remember meeting him at the screening that night last month. And he meant to say Conrad. He also says, I'm not anti-barber or pro-bowl, but you can figure it out fast if you try. I just don't want to try. Tom in Hartford said, Melissa has the only one TV that she does not use. Okay. Tony the Trucker, Pete, I don't understand Will Ferrell's comedy. Just not funny to me. My dad is in that camp. And, you know, everything is subjective, but that kind of surprises me a little bit, Will Ferrell. I mean, but he's got his detractors. As funny as some people think he is. All right, Stranger Things. What do you think, Con? What are we doing here?
There's no secret episode. And the reason is I don't think the Duffer Brothers are that smart to do that.
Who started it? Who started the rumor?
Well, you know, there's things of people just saying, well, it was too easy to kill Vecna.
Yeah.
And it took 2 minutes.
Okay.
And it was too happy at the end.
Yeah.
But the thing that's about it is that, you know, they say in the graduation scene at the end, their colors, you know, for the school are like green. And the year before, when Jonathan and Nancy graduated, they were in green gowns.
Okay.
And when Vecna, his character, I can't think of his name, Mr. What's It, or I can't think of his name right now, but
yeah,
the guy behind Vecna, he graduated really early on.
Okay. Steve is not Steve or the other dude.
Well, I can't think of his name.
All right.
Anyways, when he graduated, it was orange. And that was in like the early 50s or something like that. And in the sequence where the kids graduate, it was orange. So they're saying maybe if Vecna has these kids under his curse and are playing a fun scenario in his head, when really they're actually under his curse in his little cave. And fans are saying this is the reason they're going to have a secret. I mean, there's definitely more reasons, evidence that people have found. This is just a basic one I found, but that there's going to be a secret episode. And I don't give the Duffer Brothers that enough credit because I didn't like the last season. I don't think they're smart enough for that.
I don't think it would get out, even if they signed NDAs. You would have heard about this. Somebody would have slipped a news item to somebody, and Hollywood is all about hyping stuff and the buildup and marketing. Now, it's a little different with streaming. You could put it out there and people would find it instantly because they just go by impressions and streams. But I don't think it's real either. But we'll know in about a half hour. And if it's real, folks, we'll let you know. This is Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite coming right back with Milwaukee film critic Matt Miller on Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba.
Right back to where it should have been.
GBW and WGBW.FM.
This is a special report from ABC News. I'm Michelle Franzen. The woman shot by an ICE officer during immigration operations in Minneapolis today has been identified by the city council as Nicole Reed Good, calling her a resident of the city. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem at a briefing says the ICE officer acted in self-defense.
This appears as an attempt to kill or to cause bodily harm to agents. An act of domestic terrorism.
Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry earlier disputed the account, saying ICE agents are creating tensions in the city with their reckless tactics.
They are already trying to spin this as an action of self-defense. Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is bull.
The Minneapolis police chief says it appears the woman was not a target of any law enforcement investigation and was trying to drive away. Tonight, residents are gathering in the neighborhood for a vigil. Governor Tim Walz asking for calm, at the same time putting the National Guard on notice. This is ABC News.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Mostly cloudy tonight, some areas of fog, a low around 30 to the low 30s. And a cloudy day for tomorrow with rain developing for the afternoon. A high of 40 to the low 40s. More areas of rain Thursday night and some rain and snow mixed Friday morning. Right now it's 33.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Small businesses are the heart of America. As the nation's largest nonprofit resource of expert business mentoring, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses for free. Find a mentor today at score.org.
Teachers are diverse, skilled leaders, innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Teaching shapes lives. Are you ready? Explore teaching at teach.org, supported by the U.S. Department of Education and 1 million teachers of color.
Is getting vaccinated on your to-do list? We can help you check that off.
Passengers in time, lost in motion, locked together. Day and night by trick of light. I must take another journey. We must meet with other names.
Welcome back. I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nightlight. Great to have you with me, folks. It is a Wednesday night here as we broadcast statewide from beautiful downtown Green Bay. Halfway through this, we are at the hump day of the show, Conrad.
That's true. That is true.
I'm not making a joke, so I can say that. I'm just not going to make a joke hump day because that would be beneath me. But it is hump day, and we are at the hump day part of the show halfway through. And what's really exciting about that is my next guest joins us now over the stream. He is a really excellent film critic who lives in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, one of our state's biggest cities also, Con. I don't know if you know.
Not the friendliest, but...
according to that list, of course. But he joins us now over the stream, Milwaukee-based film critic and our pal, Matt Miller. Matt, welcome back.
Hello, friends. Thanks for
having me.
How are you?
Always, buddy. How were your holidays?
It was lovely. It was very relaxed, very, very chill. Haven't done much, which is great, other than watch a lot of movies, which is, 10 out of 10 holiday for me.
Can't beat it. I'm telling you, I was racking my brain, and I watched so many movies between Christmas and New Year's. I forgot a couple, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I watched that. So I'm excited to dive into all of that with you. But I have to ask you, I'm sure you're aware of this rumor about Stranger Things and the secret episode that might be coming out.
It would make sense that there would be a secret episode. If there's one thing we know about Netflix, it's that they will squeeze every drop out of a franchise, out of a moneymaker. So I'm sure they've got some loose footage out there. I'm sure they've got some stuff to squeeze some final Stranger Things out of it. And I know, don't they have spin-offs planned too? Like,
supposedly,
Netflix is not special. Netflix is no different from any other studio. They will milk this cow until the cow has no more milk, and then they will chop the cow up into steaks, and then they will use it to decorate the house,
That is really interesting, Matt. If they took, because I was talking about this with my son and then with Conrad when I got here, for something like this to be pulled off and the non-disclosure agreements and shooting something and getting no one to talk about it would be really tough. But what you said makes sense. If they had a show they put together with clips that they didn't use or footage that's laying around, I guess that could happen. And with Netflix or streamers, you go for views within a certain time. It's not about because everything is marketing and you want that first weekend, that opening weekend. But if they roll this out, that's kind of genius in a way.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting because honestly, I feel like they're in a little bit of salvage mode. Like I feel like the vibe coming off of this final season is not exactly, thrilled. I feel like everyone's pretty kind of middling about this finale. I will say I checked out of Stranger Things in season I think 4 when they did their 5.5 hour long final episode, and I got like 2 hours in and I was like, I'm done, man.
gosh.
Like
Wow.
life's too short to spend 5.5 hours watching a Stephen King ripoff, you know? Like I needed something, you know, that was less consumptive. And that's, you listen, a lot of people out there like Stranger Things. It's not a bad show. I did not disenjoy my time. I was just, you know, it's not my thing particularly, and I frankly I don't think it's many of the actors' things anymore either.
Boy, that's a great point, and I think you're right about that because, like, I know here's why I think some critics, and you know, whatever. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. We may have talked about this in the past. I think critics are much more forgiving than they used to be 30 years ago. I cannot believe some of the reviews things get, and critics like Stranger Things more than the fans by a wide margin. The fans seem more savvy about this show than critics.
I think some of it is the access thing that a lot of critics right now, a lot of particularly, you know, blog critics and stuff like that, they play the access game on some level.
Sure.
So, you know, you don't want to be that harsh if you want to get the access to the Netflix stuff, if you want to do interviews and things like that. So you're going to soft pedal on things of that nature if you have a reason to. I think a lot of it, too, is just a little bit of, you know, recency bias in some cases for critics where, you know, it's interesting the stuff that, I mean, I remember on the movie side of things, people loved Star Trek Into Darkness at the time, critics did. It has like an 87% on Rotten Tomatoes. It is now considered easily one of the worst Star Trek movies.
Wow.
And like, especially among Star Trek fans. So it's this strange thing where I think critics are not immune from being caught up in the moment of having this sensation of like, ooh, I'm watching the show I'm very excited about, and wanting to not be disappointed by it. Critics are just humans, you know? We are fans like anyone else when we watch this stuff.
And you got to make a living. I get that. And that's what happens when studios are owned by, you don't want to piss people off. It's not like, you know, a studio is just a studio. It's part of this company and this company. They don't want bad press. You know what I mean?
And some of it too is, you know, fandoms too. I mean, you see that with albums of pop stars and stuff like that, where no one wants to be too critical of the new Taylor Swift album or the new Beyonce album or the new Taylor Swift movie or Beyonce movie, because you know that you are going to be absolutely swarmed on social media by the fandom. And I don't know if the Stranger Things fandom that has that kind of, you know, that kind of aggressive following that would, you know, I mean, we saw it with the Avengers when, you know, the film critic A.O. Scott from the New York Times dared to give the Avengers a middling review, and it became the whole story. It because Samuel Jackson went after him, and it's like, you know,
my gosh,
it's all very silly. And I love the Avengers, but it is not a movie that you can't say doesn't have some flaws with it.
Of course, no movie, of course, yeah. So what did you think of the results of the Critics' Choice Awards? It seems like the big winner was One Battle After Another. Best, I think, adapted screenplay, picture director. Sinners took home some awards. Anything we can draw from, or any surprises from that night?
Yeah, so I think the number one thing to take away from the Critics' Choice Awards is that they don't matter. And what I mean by that is that no critic votes for the Academy Awards. They're utterly and completely different bodies. You know, the Academy is people in the industry. It is, you know, actors, directors, producers, below the line people, agents. It's a whole world. Critics is national critics. They're two different groups of people. It's the same reason why when the Golden Globes happen next weekend, nothing can really technically be ascertained from it, because the people who vote for the Golden Globes are completely different from the people who vote for the Oscars. What you can take is that winning is a good look. It is good to stay in front of people's minds. It is good to look like there is a following for you. It is a good idea. It is good. It behooves you to look like a winner. And One Battle After Another is kind of the favorite going into the season, and they didn't lose any steam. You know, they won Best Picture, they won Best Director for Paul Thomas Anderson, they won Best Adapted Screenplay as well. So, and you know, you could say the Critics' Choice might have been a more populist group of people, and maybe that was a place Sinners could have gained some ground, and Sinners really didn't do that much at all, except for, you know, kind of the best newcomer and kind of below the line kind of Oscars. I think if there is something interesting, it's that the supporting categories are totally a free for all. I don't think anyone has any idea who's going to win there. On Sunday night, Jacob Elordi won for Frankenstein, and Amy Madigan won for Weapons for playing the villain of Weapons, which I don't think anyone was sitting there watching Weapons this past fall thinking to themselves, Oscars. I'm watching an Oscar performance. That's not an insult, but it's just not the kind of thing that the Oscars tend to go for.
I didn't know it was Amy Madigan until
neither
like
did
later.
I. It was like, wow, this was a really, really fun, colorful, great villain performance. And then it's like, oh wow, like the Oscar thing is really going to happen. We've got a little bit of the Substance style genre embrace of this performance. We'll see how far that can go. You know, we'll see she got, I believe, a Screen Actors Guild nomination or the Actors Award nomination today. We'll see what kind of happens with some of the other awards, BAFTA and things of that nature. But no one really knows this because no one's confident. There's no obvious plant the flag, this person's due. There's no obvious narrative. It's just a lot of really good, interesting performances. So it'll be fun to see that play out.
It's a great point. Matt Miller is my guest. He's a Milwaukee-based film critic who joins us here periodically. One of our best chums here at Nite Lite, and we love talking movies with Matt. Do you, what do you think about I said this last night. I know you're pals with Rob Thomas, another really good film critic.
Great critic, great stuff.
If you're Ryan Coogler, what do you have to do? Like Sinners, whether you like it or not, it has every element of filmmaking in it. I loved it. I think One Battle After Another I like better, but man, what a year, because he seems like that movie seems built for the Oscars, even if he didn't intend to do it that way.
Yeah, and I think what's tricky about Sinners is that it is not the kind of movie that the Oscars tend to embrace. They have more in recent years, in the past 10 years or so, embrace a genre movie. I mean, that is a movie that ends with 30 minutes of bloody vampire violence.
Right.
You know, but it's incredibly crafted. But the Oscars, for all their changes, can also be a real prove it organization still. They can be this group that really wants you to earn your nomination and then to earn the win. You saw that happen with Leo. You saw that happen. You're seeing it happen a little bit with Timothée Chalamet. You say it happened with Saoirse Ronan and Margot Robbie, where it's like, no. You got to earn. You got to get the clips on your card before you get your Oscar nomination. Because if I'm correct, I don't believe I think Coogler's been nominated once before for Black Panther, maybe?
Nominated, yeah. I think for best. Well,
I think they entirely missed out for the most part on Creed, other than Sylvester Stallone. And then Michael B. Jordan, this would be his first nomination this year, which is crazy to think about because he's so good in Creed. He's so good in Fruitvale Station. He's so good in Black Panther. This would be his first nomination as well. I think you have this tough place right now where, you know, Sinners should be the artistic populist movie that the Oscars surround because, you know, it made this blockbuster money, but it's also this super creative vision that was embraced by audiences. But then you also have One Battle After Another, which is a populist similar hit where, you know, audiences really embraced this auteur's vision for what a blockbuster can be. So and you have somebody who's maybe even more overdue, Paul Thomas Anderson, who is also, I don't believe, ever won an Oscar. So it's a tough year to be. And this is not a part of, this is also a part of it. Both movies are Warner Brothers movies. And Warner Brothers has tons of, you know, they've got lots in their at their disposal. But at some point, a studio has to pick a horse. It's very hard to push a lot of movies for awards at the same time. That's why Netflix tends to fall flat a lot of times. That's why A24 movies, a lot of them fall by the wayside some years. At some point, Warner Brothers, I think they're going to start putting their chips on One Battle After Another because that's the one that's got the heat right now.
Right. Great point. We've got about a minute before we have to do a break, Matt, but what, you know, thumbnail sketch from you, aside from Sinners and One Battle After Another, what else do you see being nominated potentially for Best Picture?
For Best Picture, yeah, Sinners, one battle after another. You're still going to see Hamnet up there.
Oh, yeah.
The Zoe Chow movie, and I think Jessie Buckley's probably locked to win Best Actress there. Marty Supreme had a very good showing at the Actor Award nominations this morning. I would expect to see that there as well. What you didn't see at the Actor Award nominations, but I think what you will see at the Oscar nominations is international movies. I think you're going to see The Secret Agent, the Brazilian movie starring Wagner Moura. I think you're going to see It Was Just an Accident, the Jafar Panahi Iranian movie. I think you'll probably see maybe a No Other Choice getting in there. There's an embarrassment of riches in the international feature category. And between getting absolutely ghosted by the SAG Award nominations this year, and then also the Critics' Choice Awards giving Secret Agent Best International Film on the red carpet before the show, like even worse than the Oscars, putting that down beforehand. I think there may be a movement that people are like, no.
We're coming right back with Matt Miller, folks. It's Nightlight.
Sorry about that, Pete.
That's okay. No, don't worry about it. I was waiting for a place to jump in, and I mistimed my question. No worries. And we have these hard outs, Matt, where the computer takes over, so I had to say something. Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, my apologies.
No problem at all.
Piping hot corned beef Reuben and homemade meatloaf that'll put a skip in your step. Stop in and grab yourself a local beer or, of course, an Irish whiskey. McGeorge's is a neighborhood favorite with top ratings on Google, Facebook, and TripAdvisor. Come hang out at McGeorge's Irish Pub on George Street in East De Pere and enjoy friendly service, amazing food, and a pint of Guinness.
Between all the holiday parties,
weekend tailgates,
and family get-togethers,
we've been overindulging a little more than usual over the holidays. But now, we are starting the new year off on a healthier note by taking Active Liver supplements from New Nordic every day.
Active Liver contains a powerful blend of turmeric, milk thistle, and globe artichoke extract, all natural ingredients that help protect the liver so that it can protect you from toxins. It's like giving my body a daily detox. I've never felt better, and my energy is through the roof.
And my doctor is already impressed with how much better my numbers are looking. So if better health, more energy, and detoxing your body are some of your priorities this year, get Active Liver today and start the year off knowing you're giving your liver some well-deserved relief.
Active Liver is available online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com. Or pick some up today at your local CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery. Are now available at Wegmans. New year, new you, new Nordic.
Are you ready to learn how to play a new board, card, party, or role-playing game, but for a good cause? If just the event for you, it's Amanda with another new Wisco 411. And Fox Valley Pride has partnered with Slick Mimics for a Gamer Classic event to teach you how to play some new games, like Lords of Waterdeep, Castles of Burgundy, Flamecraft, Ready, Set, Bet, and so much more. It's an all-ages event happening on January 9th from 5 till 9 p.m. But you gotta register first, so head to WGBW.FM and click events.
You're a storyteller, negotiator, artist, innovator. Whatever your passion, whatever your skills, behind the scenes or in front, you belong here. A career in broadcast media. Local radio and TV stations in every town and city need someone like you. So do what you love and bring your talent to life. Your passion, your skills, your career. You belong here. Learn more at youbelonghere.media.
Let's talk rechargeable battery safety with tips from the National Fire Protection Association. Only buy products with a safety certification mark. Charge devices on hard surfaces. Don't use off-brand cords and always unplug when fully charged. Charge into fire safety at fpw.org/battery.
When a person calls 988, they're connected to a crisis counselor.
A caller can expect to talk about coping skills.
They can chat, they can text, and when they come out on the other side, they're feeling better.
Call or text 988.
Welcome back. This is Pete Schwaba and Nightlight. It is great to have you here, folks. Tonight's question is really a statement. Name an actor or celebrity whose fame you just don't understand. We'll play catch up on some texts in just a moment. But right now, we've got a few more minutes with our pal Matt Miller, who I rudely cut off before the break. And you were on a roll, dude. So let's talk about some movies, Matt, because you've seen some of the ones I haven't. I have to say, and I'm sorry I'm starting with this, but I really want to see Anaconda. It just looks fun. Maybe not Oscar nominated, but
all these riches out in theaters right now, and you're like, gotta get that Anaconda in my veins.
I gotta see another Paul Rudd movie. Yeah.
I wish I could tell you it's worth your while. I did not have a great time with Anaconda. I laughed a little bit more than I thought I would, but it's got a real problem where it either should be funnier than it is or it should be scarier than it is. And it kind of falls into this kind of like middle ground. And so you've got this very sweaty meta premise about, guys who liked Anaconda go out into the jungle to film an Anaconda like home video, but then they end up in Anaconda. It's the kind of thing that you could imagine Lord and Miller, the guys who did 21 Jump Street, pulling off really well. And unfortunately, the guy who directed this and the writing, they're not on par with Lord and Miller. Those guys are very good at what they do, but there's a reason why when Hollywood has a bad idea for a movie, they give it to them because they can spin it into gold. Other people, it kind of just turns into a bad idea.
All right, more locally, Song Sung Blue. I still have not seen it. I'm embarrassed. What did you think?
Are you even allowed to be a Wisconsinite if you haven't seen Song Sung Blue yet?
Listen, that's one of 100 things I still need to do as a Wisconsinite, but
it's worth your while. It's the kind of movie that I can be very resistant to. It's a very sentimental movie. It's a very, unapologetic tearjerker, crowd pleaser, but it's very effective. It gets the job done. I was kind of happy to see Kate Hudson get nominated this morning at the SAG or the Actor Award nominations. I think she's really good in the movie. She really pops well. I don't think this is just the Milwaukeean in me, though. I desperately wish they actually filmed some of the movie here in Milwaukee. It is the kind of movie that needs a sense of place and flavor. I'm sorry, but Belushi doing a obvious Midwestern accent just isn't enough. Like, I want to spend more time in the world, more depth in the world of Milwaukee State Fair cover bands and, the world of these kind of, cover artists. Like, you want a little bit more depth, but I know they've got a lot of story to run through in this movie of tragedy and success and all of that stuff. So I get why they had to remove some flavor for that, but that's the kind of stuff that makes a movie like this incredible. It's the difference between a movie like Southpaw that no one remembers and The Fighter, which got nominated for Best Picture.
Boy, that's interesting. I didn't realize that. They filmed none of it in Milwaukee?
As far as I know, they filmed none of it in Milwaukee. I'll look that up at the very least during the break, but I'll be honest, doesn't look like Milwaukee that much either. Like it did not have a sense of the place that I wanted as much.
I'm with you though, dude. Why wouldn't you utilize the location as like almost a character? I think especially a city like Milwaukee would really.
Well, the answer to that is tax credits.
Yeah. Exactly. Well said. And then Avatar. Thoughts?
Speaking of blue, I love the Avatar movies. If you are not a fan of Avatar, this won't be the one that wins you over. It's very similar to the last movie. It's still very, earnest in its not Peter Jackson, it's James Cameron bombastic way. Nobody makes epic cinema like James Cameron. No one makes a world that looks that incredible and puts the care and dedication into every element of his world, all of the creatures, all of the characters. I get all the issues people have with the movie. It's very long. It feels like the script took a bunch of scraps from the last movie and kind of put them into this movie as well, because it was like, hey, Payakan and the whale stuff was a big hit in Way of Water. We should do more of that. And then they forgot they had a whole Fire and Ash script that they had too.
Yeah. The whole last part of the movie seemed like they just took the ending from the second one. And
It's very familiar, and if it wasn't impeccably crafted, I'd be more mad. And if it didn't have giant whales crushing evil human whale hunters, and giant squid beaks, munching on those evil whale hunters, I'd probably be more upset. But James Cameron's very good at what he does. There's a reason why he just keeps making $1 billion every time he comes out.
I just read that this will be his fourth movie that tops $1 billion, or was it that he had 3 that had $2 billion, and no other filmmaker
in a row? In a row, he's had 4 in a row to make $1 billion, and that's not even including Aliens and Terminator 2,
right?
And Terminator. He's an incredible filmmaker.
Yeah,
I love the worlds he builds, and I'm fine with more Avatar. And here's a crazy thing: this Avatar, not even the best in the series, is going to make more combined than all 3 Marvel movies that came out last year.
How about that? Wow.
Yeah.
That's
how is that for
incredible.
cultural impact?
Yeah. Hey, Matt, we got about 60 seconds left before I let you go.
I'm going to fill 61 of them.
I cheated on the time because I knew when you get going, you're getting a Matt Miller roll, and I love it. Bear Packer prediction?
You know what? I'm going to take the Packers because I want to be in a good mood today, and I want to feel a sense of positivity in very unpositive times right now. So I'm going to say the Packers get a win and bring some glow and some happiness to my bitter, sad heart. Go Pack! I'm hoping to see it. I wouldn't bet on it, but that is what I'm hoping for and want to see.
That was so melancholy from a guy who's usually pretty positive. Positive prediction, though. That's
bottom tier day. I'm trying to end it on a positive note.
Well, you've helped us do just that, Matt. Thank you, buddy. Always fun. We'll talk again as award season gets rolling.
Pete, and it's an absolute pleasure. Thanks for having me.
You got it, buddy. All right, Matt Miller, folks. Always fun to talk to Matt, and we will definitely, as I just said, be talking to him as award season marches forward. Okay, we are coming back after the news. Danielle Koenig is coming up in hour number 3 for some Albert Brooks talk. It's Nightlight with Pete Schwaba.
In Wisconsin, you'll hear about it on the station with local news and timeless hits. 97.9 FM, WGBW, Denmark, Green Bay.
This is a special report from ABC News. I'm Dave Packer. Escalating protests and tension in Minneapolis after an ICE officer shot and killed a driver. The American citizen identified as Renee Nicole Good. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem traveled to Minneapolis this afternoon.
Any loss of life is a tragedy, and I think all of us can agree that in this situation it was preventable.
Noem accused the victim of attempting to use her vehicle to ram the ICE agent who fired the fatal shot, Noem calling it domestic terrorism. To that, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz.
It's beyond me that apparently from the federal government, from the Homeland Security Director herself, has already determined who this person was, what their motive was, and they hadn't even been taken out of the vehicle.
Video posted on social media appears to show several officers approaching that vehicle before the driver reverses, then pulls the car forward, and that's when the officer near the front of the vehicle pulls out his gun and fires. This is ABC News. Today marks 1 year since wildfires erupted in Southern California that would go on to claim dozens of lives and thousands of structures.
1 year after the Eaton fire devastated Altadena, rebuilding is beginning, but many lots remain bare. Victims who lost their homes have had to decide sell their land and leave or stay and fight to rebuild. Kim Jones' family made the tough decision to sell. An LLC bought their land.
It's perfect timing for people to come over and swoop in.
Some victims claim a gold rush is underway by developers. Chen Yu is staying and rebuilding.
Everybody that lives on the street have some type of feeling towards these special homes.
Alex Stone, ABC News, Altadena, California.
Warner Brothers has once again told shareholders to reject a takeover bid from Paramount and stick with a rival offer from Netflix. Warner shareholders currently have until January 21st to tender their shares. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Listen, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Let's put ourselves in the right position.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
My Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard to take.
But early detection allowed us to take control of the situation together.
Talk to your family about seeing a doctor. Go to alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Mostly cloudy tonight, some areas of fog, a low around 30 to the low 30s. And a cloudy day for tomorrow with rain developing for the afternoon. A high of 40 to the low 40s. More areas of rain Thursday night and some rain and snow mixed Friday morning. Right now it's 31.
I'm Angela Bassett. For 33 million Americans, one bite can cause a life-threatening reaction. Now, there's a needle-free option for epinephrine. Learn more at foodallergy.org/ready-to-act.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Kids across America are going to school hungry every day. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. Learn more at helpnokidhungry.org.
We've all felt left out. And for people who move to this country, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at
Broadcasting live statewide from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay. This is Nightlight with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who has a black and white plasma TV, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back. This is Nightlight. It is so great to have you with me wherever you're joining us from in our wonderful state of Wisconsin tonight or parts beyond over the app and stream. It is great to have you here as we celebrate the joys of life that come to us in the form of entertainment. And we've been doing just that tonight. If you missed hour number 1 or 2, we had some fun with Melissa Kay, who is the news director at WFHR in Wisconsin Rapids. Here at Civic Media, she is also an actress, told us all about the healthy theater community in central Wisconsin, kept us posted on a couple news stories happening in the central part of our state, and that first hour is available at civicmedia.us if you want to go and hear the first hour in podcast form. We also talked about friendly cities in Wisconsin. There was a list of the top 9. Conrad and I didn't
Gotham is not one of them.
Gotham
is not one of them.
Hitchhiking capital of the world is not one of them. That is correct. We don't even, there was a lot of, we didn't really fact check much about Gotham before we talked about it. But
yeah, I probably should have looked how to.
It sounded good though. Hour number 2, Matt Miller joined us. And we talked award shows, movies, and all kinds of fun stuff like we always do with Matt. That episode is also available at civicmedia.us in podcast form. Matt has great takes on the awards season, and he's just very astute when he talks movies. Lots of fun. He also texted me and said that the film was filmed in New Jersey, Song Sung Blue. Filmed it in Jersey.
You know where they should have filmed it?
Well, Gotham?
No, I was going to say Milwaukee.
Of course, Milwaukee. I mean, I get the incentive thing. Now we have them. I still don't know how competitive our incentives are with other states. Some states give you cash back. It's a rebate. Wisconsin's, as I understand it, is not that. It's a little more complicated, but, maybe if they had been shooting the movie this year, it would have happened here. But I just don't think you can fake authenticity and stuff like that.
No.
And not that you're just making a movie for people in Wisconsin, but it's always nice when you actually film something on a location. However, Matt was fun to talk to. Check out the podcast at civicmedia.us and listen to what Matt has to say about movies. He will not steer you wrong. Coming up in just a few minutes, my friend, very funny writer and comedian and also an actor, Danielle Koenig, will be here. And we will talk about Albert Brooks. And Danielle she's a very talented TV watcher, Conrad.
That's great.
It is great, and it's fun to talk to people who take TV seriously, and Danielle is one of those people. So in addition to writing TV, she's fun to talk to about TV. So she will be here at 7:20 tonight. Our question of the night, ladies and gentlemen, is more of a statement. Well, it is a statement. Name an actor or celebrity whose fame you just don't understand. We've got to get caught up in texts. We'll do that in just a moment as well. But let us know what you think. 855-752 4842 855-75-CIVIC. You can also text us on the app. If you don't have the Civic Media app, download it, use it, learn it, live it, know it. It's great. And if you're watching the radio on the stream at YouTube, Facebook, or X, drop us a stream comment, and I'll read it on the radio. And give us a like or a follow while you're there, if you would. Conrad, you did today what a lot of people do. When they get up, they get mixed up, they get discombobulated.
Yeah.
My wife did this once. She said she woke up at 3 a.m, took a shower, blew dry her hair when she was in high school, and her dad walked in and said, "What the hell are you doing?" I played a joke on my brother once. His alarm went off for whatever reason. It was only 11:30 at night, and he was in the upper bunk. And I said, "Tim, it's your turn to get in the shower first," because we would argue over who got to stay in bed longer. And I just hear him go, "Okay." He gets out of bed. He walks into the bathroom. And we had one of those showers when you turn it on, like the whole house shakes,
Yeah.
So I hear the shower go on. I'm like, this is so gorgeous. I can't believe he's going to take a shower and get ready for school at 11:30 at night. And I went and I woke up my dad because I was so proud of myself. And he got upset with me because he was also sound asleep. And he goes, "Go tell him what's going on." So I before he got in the shower, I did tell him that it was only 11:30 at night. And he said in a very sleepy voice, "Idiot." And he went back to bed. But you had something similar.
Yeah, I set an alarm last night. I wanted to get up and go work out there around 9 this morning. And I wake up and on my alarm clock it says 12:41.
Right.
And I had a recording to do at 1. So I jump out of bed, jump into the shower, get everything ready, get coffee. I get out because I didn't even look at my phone yet either. I just was like, I looked at the clock and I was like, oh no. And I get out of the shower, get clothes on, get my coffee, I got my coat on, my sweatshirt, and jeans and everything. And then I look at my phone. And then I look at the clock and it says 12:50 a.m. I go,
and you're all
gotta
ready
be
for the
kidding me.
day.
And it was 8:30 in the morning.
So that's better, though. Getting up and showering at 12:30 a.m., that's just, that depression sets in then.
So, well, I didn't realize I thought it was 12:40 p.m., obviously.
Right.
So.
No, I know that. I understand that.
And, well, yeah, I went to the gym right after that. I was like, well, I'm ready anyways.
You've got to add 15 pounds if you're going to get to 300. If you're going to bench 300 by the end of the year, you don't skip a gym visit.
Well, no, I wasn't going to skip today. I just was like, but.
You should skip to the gym is what you should do.
Skip
to the gym.
Right
and people
now,
go, what's that guy's problem? And then you go in and you bench, you put up 300 and they go, oh, he can do whatever he wants. He can skip, he can sashay. This guy can go to the gym however he wants.
Last time I skipped in winter, I slipped and fell.
Why would you skip in winter? Why are you skipping in winter?
I had a couple beverages.
Okay, that makes sense. I almost didn't want to laugh at that because you didn't laugh at my Ozempic joke last night, which was brilliant.
Well,
it comes now in. Here was the joke, folks. It's now available in pill form. The pill is huge and it tastes like a pizza. That's a damn good joke. And you and Aaron Zommers in Madison last night, who was helping us out while I was doing the show from there, you guys both just kind of like, okay.
Well, we were
cool,
thinking
man.
about what it would taste like, Speaking of that Ozempic pill, I saw last night I wanted to watch a movie on Disney Plus because Tron Ares just released on it.
Okay.
And I started watching it, and that's the first ad I get is the pill Ozempic.
For Ozempic.
Yeah. And I
They were
saw that
listening.
ad 5 different times watching that movie.
That's so weird. They were listening. You know that.
Yeah, of course.
So I can't get, like, Matt Miller was here. I've had 2 film critics on in the last couple nights. No one has seen Train Dreams. And I feel like it might get an Oscar nomination. I feel like it's a good movie, but it's that kind of movie. It's that kind of Oscar movie where I feel like it could get nominated. And I forgot to ask Matt if he had seen it, but I don't think he has. Tonight's question is a statement. Whose fame, or name a celebrity or actor whose fame you just don't understand? John Murray, he's talking about when I was... So what happened was I was going to go to Chicago this weekend. I think I'm still going. I did book a hotel just in case. And if tickets come down to under $4,000 a pop, I might make a move. But I was frantically looking for a deal for hotels, and I finally found a great deal. And it was a great deal because it was for last night. So I booked it, realized what I had done, called hotels.com, and they were nice enough to let me cancel it, even though it was past the cancellation policy. But John Murray from the 608 says, Peter, I used to manage a couple of hotels. Look at the fine print or they'll get you. Depends on the flag they are flying and location. The ma and pa shops can be brutal. This was not bad, though, John. They did let me off the hook, and it was hotels.com. Or maybe it was the Embassy Suites. I can't remember. John says Thomas Edison didn't really invent the light bulb, etc., just exploited it and got credit. He's the talentless bastard we always thought he was.
Wow, all right.
Thomas Edison was a talentless bastard. I didn't know that. Oh, John's on fire tonight. Rachel from Milwaukee. She lives in Milwaukee, Conrad, but her area code is 608. Machine Gun Kelly. I remember when he used to be a rapper, and now he's doing punk pop with 23-year-olds, and he's nearly 40, not to mention the Megan Fox stuff. I'm over it. Rachel is being very decisive tonight. That's awesome. Bridget in the 818 says the Paul brothers.
I get it.
Another one. Yeah. Yes. Boy, watching him get knocked out was fun.
Yeah, that was, that was one of the best moments of 2020.
I hope you have more moments like that.
Yeah.
We have a phone call?
Yes, we do. Ollie from the Northwoods.
Ollie from the Northwoods. How are you, Ollie?
I am doing good. 2 nights in a row. It must be a
Wait a minute. You didn't call last night. I was doing the show from Madison last night, and you did not call, young lady.
It must have been the night before.
Okay, it was the night before. Not to split hairs. How are you?
Oh, okay. I'm doing good.
Good.
I am going to say somebody that everybody probably will say, why is she saying that? But Pee Wee Herman. I never could understand why people liked him.
That's interesting. I respect that, Ollie. It's all subjective. I never really watched the show, but you're right, he's very respected for what he did. And but hey, there are no right or wrong answers. There are only your answers, Ollie, and that is awesome. And I'm glad
that's my answer, Pee Wee Herman.
I appreciate
never
that. And thank you for calling. You called on a night when we don't have food in the question, and I'm glad about that because I know. You have a great night, Ollie. Thanks so much.
Thank you. You guys too. Bye-bye.
All right, you got it. That's Ollie from the Northwoods. We love getting calls from Ollie. Conrad's mom checking in. Snooky. That's a good one.
Yeah. My favorite thing is when I used to watch Jersey Shore.
Okay.
And that was the best moment when Snooki got arrested on the beach because she was so drunk.
I don't even, like, I know who she is, but I never watched that show. I really can't watch reality.
Oh, it's a terrible show. Trust me, it is awful. And I watched the first season of it because, like, some of my friends were like, it's hilarious. And I watched it, and I just was like, this sucks.
This is not
but
funny
it
at
was
all.
funny seeing Snooki get arrested for being really that intoxicated.
Casey James on the stream says, Friendship, Wisconsin is a happy place. I would hope so. Do you know where that is, Con?
I actually don't know where Friendship is.
We're probably getting that wrong, too. They mean fiendship or something like that. Like
Friendship.
We got Gotham wrong. Stacy Sue on the stream says, Ryan Seacrest. Okay. I put Seacrest in like the, I think he's very famous. He's made some serious money.
Is he a talentless bastard? Like
you have
Thomas
to ask
Edison?
John Murray. He's no Thomas Edison. Sydney Politics says, Calvin on Civic Media, he's really become a diva with Jay.
I'm going to defend my producer friend here, all right?
Calvin's awesome. Come on, Sydney, you're better than that. We love Calvin. Sydney also says, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
He's keeping the Conrad joke going.
Yeah, that's 3 nights in a row now.
Yeah.
Keep it going tomorrow, Sydney.
I disagree with him on Calvin, but we love Sydney too. Craig Knitt says Pauly Shore, another great one, and I will tie anything to Marinette, Wisconsin, my adopted hometown where I live right now. Pauly Shore's mother, Mitzi Shore, was born in Marinette, and Winona Ryder's grandmother lived there. In fact, Winona Ryder's grandmother lived in the building that my dad had his law office at. How do you like that, Conrad?
I mean, that's cool. Oh, by the way, no secret episode
of the Stranger Things. Breaking news here at Nightlight, folks. There is no secret episode of Stranger Things, at least not when they said there would be. Doesn't mean it can't still happen, but it's not, it's not going to happen, though, I don't think. All right, this is Nightlight with Pete Schwaba, folks. When we come back, my friend Danielle Koenig will be here. She's a very talented writer, actress, stand-up comic, and she is a talented TV watcher, and I appreciate that. Because we're going to talk a little color television, and we are going to talk about Albert Brooks, someone we both admire very much. That is coming up next on Nightlight with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
I don't know what I'd do without you, babe. I don't know where I'd be. You're not just another lover, no, you're everything to me. Every time I'm with you, baby, I can't believe it's true.
From Denmark to De Pere, this is 97.9 WGBW.
If you are a cigar aficionado looking for a one-of-a-kind experience, you need to check out Appleton Cigar, which boasts the largest selection of cigars north of Milwaukee, with over 700 cigars to choose from, in a walk-in humidor with unique house-blended pipe tobacco, as well as the classic pipe flavors for a bit of nostalgia. The Cigar Lounge offers an impressive variety of spirits and cocktails that pair perfectly with a premium cigar. For the full experience, come to Appleton Cigar at 415 College Ave. For more information, go to appletoncigar.com.
With locations in Appleton and Oshkosh, Insight Eye Care has been serving the Fox Valley since 1972, offering comprehensive eye care services. Their doctors also share a special interest in treating chronic dry eye disease, providing specialty contact lenses, and expert pediatric eye care. Find Insight Eye Care on North Sawyer Street in Oshkosh and Chain Drive in Appleton. Improving lives by improving sight with quality eye care for everyone in your family. Insight Eye Care. Visit WIinsight.com to schedule your eye exam today.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
Every 15 seconds, someone is diagnosed with cancer. If it's happened to you or someone you love, the American Cancer Society can help at every step of the journey. Visit cancer.org today.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit Wheelchair.
Nightlight with Pete Schwaba. Great to have you with me, folks. Tony Trucker in the 608 says, Tony's down there in Madison.
Yeah?
He says, Pete, saw Train Dreams and loved it because they didn't have to put nudity in it to make a great movie.
Is he talking about Housemaid?
I don't know if there's nudity in that either.
There
but
is.
I would say if I had one criticism about Train Dreams, it was that there was no nudity. But I still liked it.
Okay.
I respect that, Tony. Thank you. It was a good movie. And thank you for weighing in. And then Brett from Brown Deer in the 920 says, if it's a secret episode, how would you know if it exists? Are you in the official loop? I am not, Brett. That's why we've been speculating all night. I am not above speculating on a hypothesis. Hey, folks, we are going to welcome our final guest of the night here, a very talented writer, comedian, actress, and a good friend of mine. And as I mentioned, a very talented TV watcher. I love talking TV, which is what we did last time Danielle was here. But she joins us now over the stream from Los Angeles, Danielle Koenig.
Hi.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing very well. Thank you.
I just wanted to say that I got word from Ollie, and while Ollie hates Pee Wee Herman, she does understand Paul Rubens' fame.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's a great, very astute differentiation there, Danielle.
Yeah, she liked all his other work.
She just didn't like Pee Wee's
She just didn't like Pee Wee.
Playhouse.
Yeah.
Where do you stand on Paul Rubens? Everyone I talk to thinks he's a genius. I will admit I didn't really ever watch Pee Wee's Playhouse or Pee Wee Herman. He used to crack me up when he was on David Letterman, but I don't know a lot of his work, to be honest with you.
Have you not seen Pee Wee's Big Adventure?
I have not.
Really?
Well, you mean the show? When
No,
it was
the
on?
movie.
No, I have not seen that.
Well, so I was just the right age when Pee Wee's Big Adventure came out, but I've seen it since, and I think it holds up. I think it's a brilliant character because he's like endearing one moment, and then he's just an asshole. Oh, am I allowed to swear? Sorry. He's
You're
a
allowed
jerk.
to say. You're allowed to say. That was a complex word. If you
Okay.
broke it in two, you're
Sorry.
fine.
Okay. It's just I do think it's a brilliant character. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The documentary about him that came out this year is very good.
I've heard that too. That is actually on my list. That and the Chevy Chase documentary.
Yeah.
I want to get to both of those. I haven't. So we all right. So you and I have this great thing in common, other than comedy and all that writing stuff. But you love Albert Brooks.
I do.
And so do I.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you want to
And
see
yours-
what I got for Christmas for my son?
I was just going to bring up your son,
Okay.
but yes, please.
Let's see if it can fit.
Oh my gosh. Modern Romance. That is great.
That's my favorite.
Would it have killed him to frame it, Danielle?
Well, he said, it's funny you say that. He said, well, I know you like these specific frames, so I didn't get it for you, but he got me a book I already have, so I'm going to let him return that and then buy me the frame.
Oh, perfect. That's
Yeah.
great. Well, listen, we have to break for news in about 3 minutes, so I don't want to get too hardcore into Albert Brooks before the
Okay.
news. But I will ask you, is there someone you don't understand, like their fame? You just don't get it. Like, why are they famous? I don't like this actor, this celebrity, someone like that.
Yes, there is someone. Dakota Johnson. I know she's
Oh,
a
interesting.
Nepo baby, so I understand how she got a shot. And I understand she's attractive and has a nice body, but I don't get it. I don't get it. Have you seen
Did you see Cha Cha Real Smooth?
Okay, this is so no. My entire knowledge of her is from Saturday Night Live, which I actually did like her on. And then I just saw this movie that came out this year, Materialists,
Yeah.
and it is so beyond awful, and she's bad in it, but it could have been the direction.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not her fault. But that was
That's
just
nice.
the first person who came to mind.
It's nice that you're open to that, at least, or to that option. I don't. It's weird because, like, the Nepo baby thing. Like, I just heard recently that Timothy Chalamet was a Nepo baby. Like, his mom was this big casting director or something like that. So I guess that counts as a Nepo baby, or at least you had an in. But I don't know. What constitutes... I mean, your dad was an actor. Are you a Nepo baby? You know what I mean?
I'm not, because I'm not successful. If I were successful, then maybe I would be.
You
but
are successful.
I don't have enough accolades to be considered a Nepo baby. And he didn't have any pull anyway.
Yeah,
like,
that's
not at all.
interesting.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
It's not like you're one of the Hiltons or the...
No. And also, there are more famous people than, Timothy Chalamet's mom,
True.
and Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith,
yeah.
who have children who don't make it. So it's not
Right.
just, you got to have something. I thought, but
Well, and one of the people we're going to talk about, Albert Brooks, was a Nepo baby. I mean, Rob Reiner was a Nepo baby, and some of them are great. Like, they're just true fantastic artists.
Yeah.
Do you? I have to ask you. We have about a minute before we go to the news. You wrote with some very funny people on the dish across the hall from a show I was working on called Sports Soup, where I was in a room with very funny people. Yeah. As nice as it is to work and be part of a staff, did you ever feel like a monkey in a factory in that Comcast? Like, it was like
that was one of my favorite jobs. So I didn't.
Mine too.
I didn't feel like that.
Okay.
Yeah. No. I didn't.
It was funny because we would hear you guys cracking up across the hall. And I'm sure you heard some of the hijinks we were doing. It was just a fun atmosphere. But every once in a while I go, man, it was like this dark room. I felt like a Simpsons parody or something. I don't know.
Oh, ours
love
was
the game.
pretty well lit, I think.
Maybe it all comes down to lighting. All right, folks, Danielle Koenig is here. We're going to break for the news, and we're going to come back, and we are going to talk about a comedic genius who you've probably heard of, called Albert Brooks. And I'm going to find out what Danielle is watching on TV as well, and I'm very excited to do that. We are coming right back. It's Nightlight with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Got a silver universe gone quickly for the call of thunder threatens everyone, and I feel like I just got home, and I feel
A Settlement, 97.9 WGBW.
This is a special report from ABC News. I'm Dave Packard. Escalating protests and tension in Minneapolis after an ICE officer shot and killed a driver. The American citizen identified as Renee Nicole Good. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem traveled to Minneapolis this afternoon.
Any loss of life is a tragedy, and I think all of us can agree that in this situation it was preventable.
Noem accused the victim of attempting to use her vehicle to ram the ICE agent who fired the fatal shot, Noem calling it domestic terrorism. To that, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz.
It's beyond me that apparently from the federal government, from the Homeland Security Director herself, has already determined who this person was, what their motive was, and they hadn't even been taken out of the vehicle.
Video posted on social media appears to show several officers approaching that vehicle before the driver reverses, then pulls the car forward, and that's when the officer near the front of the vehicle pulls out his gun and fires. This is ABC News.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Mostly cloudy tonight, some areas of fog, a low around 30 to the low 30s. And a cloudy day for tomorrow with rain developing for the afternoon. A high of 40 to the low 40s. More areas of rain Thursday night and some rain and snow mixed Friday morning. Right now it's 31.
You're a storyteller, negotiator, artist, innovator. Whatever your passion, whatever your skills, behind the scenes or in front, you belong here. A career in broadcast media. Local radio and TV stations in every town and city need someone like you. So do what you love and bring your talent to life. Your passion, your skills, your career. You belong here. Learn more at youbelonghere.media.
The Elder Care Locator is here to help you live your best life as you age at home. Our call center advisors are ready to connect you with trustworthy local experts. Help is just a phone call away at 1-800-677-1116.
Being blind doesn't look how others may think.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down. I know where to find support.
Learn more at fightingblindness.org, a public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
Hey, this is Adam Brody, and you're listening to Nightlight with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Gonna be some sweet sounds coming down on the night shift. I bet you're singing proud.
Welcome back. Tomorrow night on Nightlight, I'll be joined by Emerson Lehman from the WBAY Morning Show. We always love when Emerson is here in the studio. Then Laura McKenna pops by, WGBW's own Laura McKenna, to make the popcorn pick of the week. And then Lyle Sidney from Fox Valley Comedy will be here. Right now, my pal Danielle Koenig is on the stream, joining us from Los Angeles. Always fun to talk to Danielle. And so I love that you have turned your son onto Albert Brooks.
Yes.
Getting my kids to watch Woody Allen, Albert Brooks, some of the great comedy filmmakers of the 70s was kind of a challenge when they were younger. Was your son always like that, or did he jump right in?
He pretty much jumped right in. He was kind of, I at a certain point I had to like give up on the kids' TV and just have him watch like inappropriate television because I couldn't take the bad TV anymore. And but no, yeah, he had to watch Modern Romance because he was commissioned to make dolls for it, because he used to make these action figures for movies that don't have action figures, and someone requested Modern Romance, so that's why he watched it, and he did like it. But we saw it recently over the summer. It was showing at the New Beverly, which is the theater that Tarantino owns, and he really loved it. Like, he was like blown away.
That's so great. And I love that when you post this stuff, I mean, does he have friends that I think a lot of kids would gravitate towards, that just great pure comedy, but their peers might not be as into it? Has he found peers that love that kind of stuff as well?
Yeah, he's in film school now. So I think he's definitely found his people who know some of the same stuff and really like it.
What is your favorite Albert Brooks movie, Danielle?
Modern Romance. I mean, hands down, Modern Romance.
Hands down, nice.
I think it's perfect. It's so it's so uncomfortable. It's like cringe comedy before cringe comedy was a thing.
I was just going to say that. That's
yeah.
great.
Yeah. And it's just so, like, every beat is funny. Like, every beat is funny. It's kind of remarkable. And it's mostly from character, but also from dialogue. But it's just, I mean, you could quote something in like every scene. It's crazy.
I think there are just certain movies, when I see a line early in the film, I just go, I am going to love this movie.
Yeah.
I get so excited. And in Modern Romance, it was when he was at the table with Catherine Harold and they were breaking up. And he says, I feel like we're in a no-win situation. She goes, what do you mean? He goes, oh, you never heard of a no-win situation? Well, there are a lot of examples. Vietnam, this.
Yeah. It's so funny because should be the rule of 3, but it's not. And because it's not, it's somehow funnier.
Because he couldn't think of another
Vietnam, it's insane. It's so funny.
I think. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, when we saw that movie, it was a double feature with Lost in America, which we had watched during the pandemic, and I was like, yeah, I don't really understand why everyone loves this movie so much. But then we watched it in the theater, and it was hysterical. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was just like maybe being with people or something, but things that hadn't made me laugh before suddenly made me laugh. I know that's like everyone's favorite, but I hadn't liked it as much, but now I am a fan. Now I'm definitely.
I think it's like it was just because it was more commercial. I remember when that came out, and I think I saw that before I saw Real Life or Modern Romance, and I just loved his. I honestly, at like 20 years old, I was like, he should have been nominated for an Oscar because it was a comedy, but true comedy, and it comes out of the characters in those situations. The scene in the trailer where you have things over easy with toast and you can't use the word nest egg and all that.
Right.
It's so so horrifying.
Yeah.
You know, and my favorite moment in that movie is when he wakes up and he realizes she's in the casino and all they have is cash, and he goes down there and she wins. She hits 22 and he starts going crazy, not knowing that she had lost 150 grand before that. It's so beautiful.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I think the first thing I actually know him from is Broadcast News, which is also one of my favorite movies. It's not a Albert Brooks movie, but the character is so him that it introduced me to him and his sense of humor.
Yeah. Where do you stand on, when I was in college, I think is when a professor exposed us to the film Real Life. And I was like, who is this guy? What is this? This is so great. I want to say that in a weird way, all 3 of those films, I think those are his 3 best films, and I'm probably not alone there, but like, for different reasons, they're all my favorites. And with Real Life, it's so preposterous with those cameras, the Ettenauers, and like it's just so unique and different.
Yeah, it's funny. We watched that during the pandemic too, I believe. And I think the funniest thing is actually like the beginning when he's addressing the town and telling them what he's going to do. And it's not like he doesn't say anything specifically that's funny, but it's just like his enthusiasm and their lack of enthusiasm is just, it's really good. It's really good.
When he says he brings an orchestra in to play a song for the town, but then he says, and as much of an orchestra as we could afford to bring in, like he's always dropping these producer nuggets.
Right.
It's so great. Oh God, it's just, I love it.
And Charles Grodin is in it, and he's another one of my favorites. So
yeah, and a great moment too is when he, as the veterinarian, accidentally ODs the horse with too much anesthesia, and he's trying to convince Albert Brooks to take it out of the film. Albert Brooks, again, the producer saying, "Oh, I think it makes you look human."
Right. It's so him. Yeah,
that's so great.
My son requested to watch Mother while he's home from the break. We haven't done that yet, but we're going to do that.
Has he seen it yet?
No, that's why he wanted to see it.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it when it came out, and I remember liking it and being in the minority, but I actually did really like it. I don't know how I'll feel this time, but yeah.
Yeah, I liked it, and I liked Defending Your Life a lot. They're just...
Yes.
I think when you set the bar with Real Life, Modern Romance, and Lost in America, it's like... And I was talking about this earlier in the show that apparently Bill Murray was supposed to play the lead role in Lost in America, or that's who they wanted, but he was like booked up for 2 years. So Albert Brooks said, I'll do it. And I cannot imagine.
He didn't write it for himself?
That is my understanding. That's what I read that years ago. So it certainly seems like he wrote it for himself.
Yes.
And I'm sure Bill Murray would have been great in his own way, but I cannot picture anybody but Albert Brooks in that role.
No. That's crazy talk.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
Danielle Koenig is my guest here. She's a very talented comedian, writer, and actor. We're talking about Albert Brooks. Do you like him? What is your favorite element in his arsenal? Like, are you a director, actor, writer? What's your favorite aspect of his talents?
I think writer, because I'm a writer and because I appreciate how he constructs something and how his humor is so specific, and it just just has so many levels of comedy, like silly
Right.
and cerebral, and I think like even on the page, I think his movies are probably as funny.
I
Some
totally
movies
agree.
don't work on the page, but I'm pretty sure his do. And
Absolutely.
yeah.
Did you see Rob Reiner's documentary,
Yes.
Defending Your Life? That was
Yes.
so neat. I
It
love
was
that.
so great. I was just, what a weird year, because that came out this year or maybe last year. I mean, maybe 2024, but
Yeah.
the whole thing is just so awful. But neat to learn about their friendship growing up together, and basically Rob Reiner's own dad, saying the funniest person I know is Albert Brooks, my son's friend. Like, it's just a 16-year-old, just
Right.
crazy.
And he was doing bits at the Reiner house. Like, talk about guts to go into a comedy legend's house whose son would be a legend. And,
Right.
and his dad, maybe their dads were friends. I've never done that much of a deep dive.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it could be. Maybe he felt comfortable. And I think he said, if I remember correctly, he went on Carson and said, the funniest person I know is Albert Einstein. And Johnny kind of went, what? And that's because
Right.
that's Albert Brooks' real name.
Right.
But then he explained. And Super Dave Osborne, his brother, or I don't like the term half brother, they're brothers, but like he
I think they're full brothers.
I wasn't sure.
They have
But
the same
are-
last name, at least.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
So
thought they were
he
brothers. Full brothers.
and Marty Funkhauser, he played Marty Funkhauser on Curb, so he's from a very funny family too.
Oh my God. So
Not to
yeah,
split
so
hairs.
his father was this character, Park Your Carcass, but I don't know anything about that character. I've never heard it. I mean, I'm sure it's
Right.
I don't even know if you can obtain, I don't know. I feel like he was famous quite a long time ago, so I don't know.
I think he was like a Catskills guy or something.
That's what I
or
thought,
had that
yeah.
kind of when your name is Park Your Carcass, you're kind
Right.
of saying it's like
Right.
kind of a one note thing, but I'm sure he was really funny. If
And
his
then you
son's-
name your son Albert Einstein.
Yeah,
I mean,
right. Exactly. You mentioned you're a writer, and you're a really talented writer. You've
thank
done so many great projects. What are you working on now? Where can we see your work? Or
I'm mostly working on my own stuff. I've been writing a lot of like satirical pieces for
nice.
online publications. So like the Belladonna and not Crackle, sorry. Whoops. Just gave my
did you just
Chortle. I meant to say Chortle and Slackjaw. They're two of those are on Medium. So yeah, but it's basically doing that, and then just writing stuff on my own and hosting my podcast, How to Survive with Danielle and Christine.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Like, I think the last time you were here, I said your title's very vague. How to Survive? Like, is that in a dark alley or put food on the table or like? But does it let
Yes.
you cover anything you think is funny or interesting?
So what we do is we have on a guest on the second half of the show, and they tell we just ask them, what's something funny you've survived. We don't want them to tell something traumatic necessarily.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be funny or embarrassing or some combination thereof. And so when they give us their topic, we link it very superficially to our own topic. So if they say, how to survive being in the Windy City or something like that, we might do how to survive a windstorm or something like that.
Okay.
So, but yes, to answer your question, we have done natural disasters, we have done crime, we have done ghosts, we have done, just anything that you can survive. And we try to be funny about it. And, our thing is we don't know anything. We're just telling you what we've researched. Yeah. We're no experts on anything.
It's so great. And where can people get it? Anywhere they get their podcasts?
Yes,
that kind of
anywhere
thing?
you get your podcasts.
How to Survive. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's great.
Yeah.
Definitely check that out. Before we leave the Albert Brooks thing completely, even though we already have, do you have, I always felt like he was one of those, I'm not really, I'm going to present this to you, then we'll do a very short break and come back and we'll have a few minutes. But he was one of those guys I would always be scared to meet, like a celebrity. And usually I didn't care, but there were a handful of them where I feel like I'd be tongue-tied and feel stupid. And I want you to think about someone like that for you, and we'll come back and get your answer because, you kind of grew up in the industry and you were probably used to that at a much younger age than I ever was. I would love to know who that person is for you. So think about that.
I know who it is.
All right, awesome. All right, we're coming right back with Albert Brooks fan Danielle Koenig. It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on the Civic Media Radio Network.
That's where it's at. That's where it's at. Go to the basement. That's where it's at. Oh, to the basement. That's where it's at. You better know where they don't check your age.
Sturgeon Spirits of Oshkosh. Next door to their cocktail bar and tasting room on Oregon Street is the Ready Room, open for your next event. A private bar with aviation-inspired detail. It's ideal for intimate parties, conferences, or special occasion parties and reunions. Sturgeon Spirits, 2663 Oregon Street in Oshkosh, and at grocery and liquor stores throughout the Fox Valley. Wherever you go, buy local, drink local, and take a piece of Oshkosh with you. SturgeonSpirits.com.
Between all the holiday parties,
weekend tailgates,
and family get-togethers,
we've been overindulging a little more than usual over the holidays. But now, we are starting the new year off on a healthier note by taking Active Liver supplements from New Nordic every day.
Active Liver contains a powerful blend of turmeric, milk thistle, and globe artichoke extract, all natural ingredients that help protect the liver so that it can protect you from toxins. It's like giving my body a daily detox. I've never felt better, and my energy is through the roof.
And my doctor is already impressed with how much better my numbers are looking. So if better health, more energy, and detoxing your body are some of your priorities this year, get Active Liver today and start the year off knowing you're giving your liver some well-deserved relief.
Active Liver is available online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com. Or pick some up today at your local CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery. Are now available at Wegmans. New year, new you, new Nordic.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Out here in the middle of these acres, it can feel like you're the only person on Earth. That's how it feels when you're struggling with your mental health. But you don't have to feel alone. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
I was stuck in a state of panic and endless rituals, so I made the call.
Mental health care works when you make the call. Visit mentalhealthcareworks.org. A message from the American Psychiatric Association.
Hearing garbage that Joey's song is happening tonight, and next year we have to broadcast live from there.
Yes,
really
a Nightlight road trip.
Yeah,
grab
it
the
was
bus.
Fun talking to Mike Amount. Well, you'll go by bus. I'll
hitchhike.
Yeah, I'm going to go through Gotham or whatever it's called.
Gotham.
Hey, thank you to everyone for listening tonight. My thanks to Melissa Kay, Milwaukee film critic Matt Miller, all your texts and calls. Lots of fun here tonight, and we've got a few more minutes with our guest, Danielle Koenig. And I asked her before the break, what celebrity that you either already have met, Danielle, or haven't yet, that would make you kind of tongue-tied and act like a fool, like I would, or feel embarrassed. I would embarrass myself.
So I have not met him, but the answer is Michael Keaton, because
nice.
adore him. I have had a crush on him my entire life.
Okay.
I think he's totally underrated and brilliant. And when I used to write on the Writers Guild Awards, and one year they said that they were going to try to get Michael Keaton to be one of the presenters, and I had like a visceral reaction, like I was kind of like, that was just hearing that I might meet him. So,
Sweaty palms.
Yeah, it was insane. So he did not. So I did not get to meet him, but it was probably just as well because I think I would just be an idiot.
That's so funny. You said him because he was a guy like, you know, when I was watching his movies and Mr. Mom and Night Shift and all the, like, I'm like, that's the guy I want to be. Like I have a total like guy crush on him because he was just this great actor. He was funny. He was so natural. And I loved when I saw him do stand up, old clips. He was like, okay.
Right.
But what a great actor and what a great comedic actor. I agree with that's a great choice.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. As I mentioned earlier, first, before we get to TV, you're in a picture I saw on IMDb Pro. You and your dad, Walter Koenig, are in a short film called Mr. Fleischman that seems really heavy and intense, and you're acting in it. Was that cool?
To be honest, I haven't acted in a long time.
Yeah.
And I was quite nervous because I haven't done it in a long time. So I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. So I don't know how it turned out. But they tell me I was fine because I was as a writer figuring out ways to cut me out because I was so like
giving
worried.
them suggestions when you leave the set.
Yeah, just emailing. Well, you could do this.
That's funny.
But I didn't actually get to act with him. The scene wasn't with him really.
Okay.
But it was fun. Yeah, it was nice.
Seems pretty heavy. You'll have to let us know where we can see that. And I forgot you wrote for award shows. So as we get into awards season, I would love to have you back on just to hear your thoughts on the broadcast and all that kind of stuff. That would be really fun. I mentioned earlier in the broadcast that you are a very talented color television watcher. I used to love hearing your opinions. And I say that kind of as a joke, but I take TV watching very seriously. And I want to ask you, are you binge watching anything that you could recommend?
Well, we're binge watching something old. Does that count?
Absolutely.
Okay, we're watching Broadchurch, which
yeah.
is a British show with David Tennant and Olivia Colman and People's Sexiest Man Alive. I'm blanking on his name. I know his name. Jonathan Bailey from Wicked.
Oh, yeah. He's in that?
Yes, he's very young.
I don't remember.
And it's not the biggest part. He's a reporter in the town. He's Olivia Colman's nephew.
Yes.
But so you've seen it.
I have, and it was I barely laughed once. It is not whimsical. It is a heavy show.
It's really heavy. It's really heavy, but I really liked it.
It is good.
Another show that I would highly recommend, I don't know how many people are watching it, but is The Diplomat, which I think is fantastic. You've got Kerry Russell, who was fantastic, and you've got
I can never think of the guy's name.
No, I know it. Oh,
I just talked about this last night.
Rufus Sewell.
Yes, love him.
They are so good together. It's like it's insane. And then it's like, oh, here's Allison Janney and what's his face, Scarf guy from the West Wing. I'm a lady of a certain age, but anyway.
I've only seen the first episode, but I have this Rob Thomas, a Madison, Wisconsin film critic. The last 3 times he's been on the show, he has like kind of almost pushed The Diplomat. Like the show's fans are very intense, and I liked it. I don't know why I didn't go back to it after season 1, but I really liked it too, and I'll probably catch up at some point.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's excellent. And I did watch. I guess I can't think of any comedies. Oh, well, Oliver and I were watching it again, an old British show, but it's called The Smoking Room. Did you ever watch Peep Show?
No.
Okay, well, I recommend Peep Show, which is really funny. It's old and it's British, but anyway, one of the guys from that is on this. But
that's awesome.
I can't think of any American comedies. I watched Pluribus. I'm still not sure how I felt about it.
We only have about a minute left, but I am angry. I don't like that. I'm angry about that show because Vince Gilligan took like a 5-minute coffee making scene from Better Call Saul and decided to make it a whole episode of a show. Like that, the pilot was great. And I was so excited. I love Rhea Seehorn. I hate that show now after 8 boring episodes.
I haven't ever watched Better Call Saul or
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad. So I don't have opinion about that. I for the first half of the series, I was like, okay, so this is just nothing. Like nothing's happening. But then then I got into it and accepted it as like, this is a character study. This is more like, this is not a plot heavy. You think it's science fiction, so it's going to be some more plot. And it's really not. And once I let myself accept it in that way, I enjoyed it more. It's still not like, you know, it's not Severance. It's not like an amazing show. I can't wait to see the next episode.
I probably should have done that. I should have talked to you first before I watched it.
No, I mean, you know, I get it.
Hey, this has been fun. Thank you so much for your time tonight. Great to talk to you. Great to see you. Tell Jimmy and Oliver hello. And again, we'll do this award season. Please come back.
Okay. And tell your family I say hello.
I will. Thanks, Danielle.
Okay.
And check out How to Survive podcast. It's a really good podcast, folks. Hey, we are coming back tomorrow night to do it all over again. On behalf of the lovable producer, Conrad, I'm Pete Schwaba saying good night, Wisconsin.
While it's